disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
He just killed a fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing. You got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA boxing.
Well, welcome everybody to Night BDA Boxing Podcast, broadcasting to you live from the True North. It's your good friend, Mr. BDA, and I'm glad that everybody could be on board for this one. Fellas, in this episode, we got a fantastic one for you. Friday night edition, not any boxing going on as far as I know, so we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty here. There's a lot going on in boxing, let me tell you. A lot of people stalking and talking smack about each other. He said, she said, the whole Zuffa TKO drama ensues. Potential big fights down the line, a couple of surprises, and much more to come. Before we get down to the fun, let's get the business out of the way, fellas. You know the drill. If you want to donate a couple of shekels our way, you're certainly welcome to do so with the Super Chat feature. You can also join the membership program. Shout out to all of our members out there. Really appreciate it. You can join Discord at your leisure, or you can donate via the Buy Me a Coffee app, link in the description below. The most important thing, however, is that you continue to like, you subscribe, and you spread that BDA gospel. All right. Speaking of the gospel, shout out to everybody out there. Liam, Jaime Raiden, Don J, King Bucho, keeping an eye on things, Sergeant, Tu Matador, Alfredo Contreras, and many more people to come, I'm sure. Fellas, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. I see we already got King Bucho in here. Bucho, are you there? Can you hear me? Just testing things out here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, come on. You need the echo and all that. You need all those little... What? All right, whatever. Well, listen, it's a lot going on here, but before we get down to, because again, there's a lot of drama, a lot of he said, she said type of stuff. Clarissa Shields. I got a story about Clarissa Shields that Rolly Romero just told on the Mr. Versace podcast. I couldn't really, I'm going to let you guys decide whether it's plausible, realistic. Does it sound like something that old Clarissa, or Big Mama, as some people call her in the streets, would do or say? I'm going to let you guys decide. But before we get down to that, there is some boxing tomorrow. Now, from what I understand, the Jessa Dickens, or James Dixon, as some people call him.
Challenger! James Dixon!
That's right. I don't know where she got that from. Jazza Dickens, and she goes Dixon. Or maybe that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Maybe I've been doing it all wrong. What do I know? But be that as it may, apparently he's out of Dubai, and the fight will be taking place. And it's taking... All right, Butcher, could you mute your mic, please, man? A lot of noise there. It's taking place from Dublin, Ireland, by the way. From Dublin, Ireland, tomorrow, it's Jazza Dickens taking on Anthony Cacace, who is 37 years old, but he's on a good run. He's got 24 wins, 1 loss, 9 knockouts. Famously avoided fighting Sugar Nunez and was pretty open about it. Said, listen, I'm at the stage now after a long career where I can actually make some money. I want to make some of these big British, UK, whatever you want to call them, rodeos, and gets paid. So he's continuing that tradition, taking on the very tough Jazza Dickens. Now, Jazza Dickens, I forget the name of the guy he beat in his last fight. He upset Albert Batargaziev, who I believe was a gold medalist. Jazza Dickens, too, like Cacace, has had a long career. He's 34 years old. So this should be a nice little payday, I'm assuming, for both guys. And Jazza Dickens brings the fight, and Anthony Cacace is not afraid of a fight. So that should be a good one from Dublin, Ireland. And I think it's on DAZN, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, DAZN, of course, Queensberry, DAZN. And then later on that night, also from DAZN, you got Arnold Barboza Jr. taking on Kenneth Sims Jr., the battle of the juniors. Neither guy is easy for anybody, and so it's an evenly matched fight, although I don't think it's going to be that competitive, but nevertheless, should be interesting. Also on the undercard, you got Oscar Collazo, who a lot of people believe should be a top 10 pound for pounder, or should be a little bit higher in the top 10 list, according to Oscar De Loya, taking on Jesus Haro. Alexis Rocha returns, taking on Joseph Jojo Diaz. Should be an interesting scrap right there. Can't believe Joseph Diaz is fighting at welterweight, by the way. That is, I don't know how he made it there. And I think, wasn't, Gabriela Fundora, who's Sebastian Fundora's sister, is having a fight. I've heard some people say that she should be the main event. I don't even know who she is, other than that she's Sebastian Fundora's sister. Never seen her fight. So a flyweight female, who most people probably have never heard of, getting the main event because it's got a whole bunch of titles on the line. Butcher, what do you think about that?
What do you think about that? It's
Butcher,
a great fight.
Sorry, can you take the echo off, please, or the special effects?
I don't understand why I have echo.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's what people are saying in the chat, like the military radio or something. I was like, what the fuck?
I thought you were in church or something at some point. Is he at church doing the show? Okay.
And this shit's recording? What the hell's happening here?
That's the power of the roadcaster duo. If you don't know how to wield it, it will wield you.
What was the question?
Some people are saying that Gabriela Fundora should be the main event.
No. Women fighting. I mean, I don't want to say this on the internet. I don't know, in the chat, guys, what do you think? Do you think that a female fight should be the main event? I don't think so. I don't care how good she is.
I mean, I guess on paper it's the most significant fight because it's got a bunch of belts on the line. But then again, isn't that the thing about female boxing? It's a whole bunch of belts and not a lot of competition. So anybody who's half good can consolidate all of this. Again, I'm talking out of my ass here because I don't know jack shit about it. But listen, at the end of the day, Barboza...
I don't care.
Imagine it turns out to be more entertaining than Barboza versus Sims, which I wouldn't be surprised.
Could be. There was a fight where Fundora, she was an exciting fight. She's not bad, for a female boxer.
It's
usually a lot of these female boxers they don't look that good. They don't look that great. They look like amateurs. But she actually looks pretty good for a female. So.
Well, I got to tell you something interesting going on here too in the news. The Zuffa TKO drama ensues because posted this on the Discord, I believe it was yesterday. Spencer Brown, who looks like Ray Winstone, he is the owner or the lead chief, whatever you want to call it, of Gold Star Promotions. It's a promotional outfit over there in the UK. It turns out that he will be the official promoter for the Tyson Fury versus Makhmudov card that's going to be televised or broadcast rather by Netflix. So this brings up an interesting question because now Eddie Hearn is saying, well, wait a minute. I thought that during one of those TKO Zuffa meetings, they said that they were going to be, that Zuffa TKO was going to be the elite promoter. In fact, this is the quote he said. He was asking, is that confirmed though? Because Zuffa's Mark Shapiro came out on the investors call, which you can't lie on, and he said, we're the promoters of Fury Makhmudov. But now it turns out that it's Spencer Brown and Gold Star Promotions because they got a license over there in the UK to be able to make that happen. Then they asked the people over at the BBOC, that's the British Boxing Board of Control, about that issue. And by the way, the British Boxing Board of Control operates outside of a house in Wales, just for people's information there. And they said, as far as we're concerned, it is a Spencer Brown show. He is responsible for the show. He's our contact for the show. It is his show. Well, how many times are going to say show? And nobody else's show. 4 times. All right. Goldstar would be the lead promoter, Smith said, but he can run the show in association with an American promoter, which is something we've seen many times. So, Bucho, this comes in after the news from about 2 weeks ago that Conor Benn is going to be getting paid between 10 and 15 million for one fight. It's going to be taking place on this undercard, the Fury Magmadov card, and it's going to be a 10-rounder, by the way, against Regis Prograis. Not a 12-rounder, a 10-rounder. And I remember before, when they announced that he was going to sign with that one fight deal with Zuffa TKO, I said, well, it's probably going to be against somebody big, right? A big name, because otherwise, why would they pay him that 15 mil? And apparently it's against Regis Prograis. Then this comes on the heels, too, of rumors. And they're still just rumors, but rumors that allegedly Zuffa is going to sign Shakur Stevenson to a 3-fight, $60 million deal. So that's about 20 mil per fight. I don't know how anybody can justify that or how they work that out. Maybe they know more than we do. But it seems as if, and now with this piece of news here, it seems like they're doing the same thing that the PBC, or something similar that the PBC was doing, and to a certain extent, Matchroom, when they tried their foray into the US, overpaying fighters, not really being the lead promoters and using adjacent promoters or proxies to promote events. What's going on here, Bucho?
I don't know, man. To be honest, I don't know what to say about this shit.
Well, it is weird because, again, if indeed they end up paying Shakur Stevenson $60 million, I mean, we're talking about a guy who has to be matched carefully to be able to draw like they did against Teofimo Lopez. I mean, the last time he fought in his
big names. Yeah.
Right, because listen, the last time he fought in his hometown was in 2024. And he stunk the joint out. Even though I wasn't bored by the fight, I'm on record saying it was actually a decent fight by Shakur Stevenson standards, but his people didn't really see it that way. They were walking away to the point where Shakur Stevenson had to concoct some conspiracy theories about how ESPN and Top Rank colluded against him and they paid those people to leave so that the ESPN cameras could catch it and blah, blah, blah. So afterwards, he fought in Saudi Arabia against the electrician, Padley. Then he goes to New York, and he's not even the main event in that one against William Cepeda. And then finally against Teofimo Lopez in New York, 2 New Yorkers, 2 very flashy young fighters. It did well at the gate, but we still don't know how much it did at the pay-per-view box office numbers because they don't release those numbers. So he might, based off that heat that he got off the Teofimo Lopez card, he might draw well in his next one. But if he continues to perform the way he did against Lopez, that value is going to continue to go down and down and down. So $60 million... I don't know.
For how many fights?
I think it was 3. I think that's what they said.
20 million per fight?
You know what?
Yeah, these guys are desperate, just throwing money around. Yeah, go check. But like, when it comes to Shakur Stevenson, yeah, it's true. I mean, first of all, who actually goes to a Shakur Stevenson fight? Who pays for a ticket to be there? I just don't understand. Especially after that performance against Teofimo Lopez, because that fight was boring.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, he's gonna need big fights because if you put him in against some unknown guy, it's not gonna attract any fans. He's not Canelo. You know, Canelo could fight like a guy like Yildirim, the Turkish guy in Florida, Miami, I think, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And it could still attract a crowd, sizable crowd.
Well, and that was
Shakur.
I mean, that was a couple of days, months into 2021, which was still reeling from the whole Kofi thing. It was only really when he took on Billy Joe Saunders in May, and that was in Texas, right? Which they had looser restrictions. That's when he fucking packed the place in, jam-packed attendance. But you're right, though. He could do it because, and he had to work his way up to it too himself. But Shakur Stevenson does not, at his worst, Canelo, and we saw the worst of him in the last couple of years, which was he would drop guys but he couldn't finish them. But at least he was dropping guys and walking them down. Shakur Stevenson at his best, he's walking guys down and not doing anything to them, not dropping them, not hurting them.
Very few punches thrown, low volume output.
That's what people dislike.
Like against Teofimo Lopez. So are you really that excited to watch a Teofimo Lopez fight? Shakur Stevenson fight?
Teofimo Lopez too is actually kind of, I've said it before.
You're right. Teofimo Lopez as well. I don't. These guys talking about Teofimo Lopez talking about moving up to welterweight. Now, here I come, get ready. I'm like, is this guy for real? Because he put on an extremely shitty performance. Like I don't want to see this guy again. He needs to go back to the drawing board and start from there. But this guy to start calling out all these other champions, it's completely ridiculous. But then going back to Shakur Stevenson, yeah, I mean, I'm not interested in watching this guy, and I'm not the only one. I know some people are gonna who are listening are gonna say that I'm a hater. Oh, he's just a hater. I doubt that you are gonna buy his pay-per-views. I doubt that you're gonna actually show up to the arena and buy, watch his fight. That's right. You're not gonna do any of that. You're gonna fucking stream the fight, and then you're gonna fall asleep, and then the next day you're gonna show up on the internet, on social media, and start claiming how this guy's one of the best of all time, blah blah blah. Because that's all you care about. You don't care about the actual fight. You don't care about boxing in general. You don't care that. You don't care that Shakur Stevenson is actually sticking out the joint and hurting the sport of boxing. You don't care about that.
Well, how can he be a star?
You only care about the guy winning and then bragging about it.
How can he be a star if the same people who are pushing him aren't even willing to pay for it? I mean, there's something weird going on there. Now, I wanted to...
Yeah,
I
you know why it's...
Right. But I forgot to say this, though. We were talking about Barboza, who's going to be taking on Sims tomorrow. I couldn't find the clips, but thankfully I found some of the quotes here. Arnold Barboza was on some shows. I think he was on with Andre Ward. And he's revealed that he was mentally and physically burnt out prior to the Teofimo Lopez fight. Despite the setback, he's recently criticized Lopez for avoiding him and for holding up the WBO belt. And he's calling for a fight potentially in Alcatraz. Alcatraz become a tourist attraction. But... yeah, apparently he was saying that. He's saying that in the build-up to the fight, he was fighting too often and that he wasn't ready, that they pushed him for it. He doesn't really say... Well, let's see what he has to say. I think this is the video.
Talk to me about the tail fight. That was your last...
So he's there with Andrew Ward there.
Last fight. You came up short in that fight. You've had time to reflect and think about it, what worked, but then also what didn't work in that fight.
There's no excuses, man. Teal was a better man that night. I told Golden Boy I wanted to be active, man, and active they made me. I got what I wanted, but I gotta remember, I ain't a 20-something year old young bull no more. It was crazy because coming out of that Ramirez fight, a week later I got right back into camp for Cataro, and then right after the Cataro fight, literally that Saturday after, I was doing like a meet and greet at Dave & Buster's out here, and I got the Teal fight, so I had to go right back into camp. So my body didn't really recover the way it should have been, because people take one fight, a big fight, and get like a 6-month break, 5-month break, and then take a big fight. I was doing, man, you're talking about, I was in training camp for 9 months straight. You know what I mean? And I think ultimately, the recovery part and letting my body heal right was kind of my what happened on the Teal fight. But look, man, I think also, my body was just tapped out, my mind was tapped out, man. I was in Big Bear for 9 months of my life, and I was really like, man, I want to go home.
I mean, I don't know if that's where the video ends, but he says it's a classic boxing thing where he goes, no excuses, but, and then he gives you the excuse. Also, Chief and I have been talking boxing now in this historical show where, we talk about boxing history and all that. I never forget that we don't even have to go back to the 70 years ago when people used to fight 8-9 times a year, right? Let's go back to the 90s when people would fight 3-4 times a year. I'm talking top boxers. This guy's talking about being burnt out because he fought 3 times or something like that in a row. He says,
well, 9 months training camp,
right? But listen to what he said too. He said nowadays people take 6 months in between fights. Like that's not normal, man. Who cares? That's not. Yeah.
Well, at least you were sharp.
He should have been, right? Unless he was doing the training camps wrong or something. Unless he was overtraining, which then whose fault is that? So when they go, well, no excuses. Yeah. Well, there is an excuse. Maybe let's say it's true. Let's say he was burnt out. Okay, I can understand that Teofimo Lopez didn't beat the best you. But what a coincidence. You're in there, you're talking all this smack about how you're going to beat his ass, blah, blah, blah. And not for nothing, but he, at his best, when I saw Arnold Barboza at his best, I never thought, this guy's beating Teofimo Lopez. It was a bad style matchup too. So Barboza is saying all of this in the build-up to the Kenneth Sims fight or whatever his name. No, it's not Kenneth Sims. What's his first name? anyway, he's saying all of that. Yeah, it is Kenneth Sims. And I'm thinking, look, this is classic boxer behavior psychology. They have to tell themselves that. They have to tell themselves that they weren't at their best, because otherwise, what's the alternative? Oh, I'm not the best. These guys at this level, they have to believe that they're the best. And that's why they find they go into the minutia and every little thing, you know. Oh, I got into a fight with my girlfriend the day before. Oh, I didn't drink enough water. You know, my taint hurt. And anything can become a life-changing, career-changing reason for why they failed. So, again, I'm not necessarily chastising or overly chastising Arnold Barboza here, but it is interesting that we're going to keep on seeing this type of behavior from boxers. It's the natural reaction.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's give him a chance, I guess. One more fight.
Now one more fight and then he's done. Then we're really gonna nail him. But,
we'll see. We'll see where he's at. Yeah.
Right. Well, actually, this whole thing about the activity, it comes on the heels of something that Chief and I were talking about the other day. Oh, shout out to Fu jumping in. Fu, are you there?
Fu's back.
I was
go ahead.
I was staring him a new a-hole because I said, "How come we don't see you around anymore?" I forget what excuse he gave. He tried to give me the runaround, the circuitous.
Well, I want to hear.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm fucking interrupting.
That's all right. We were talking about activity, right? So this is what Mike Tyson had to say about young fighters and their schedules. Check this out.
This is what fighters should be thinking right now about me. How could this guy be 60 years old and break all the records?
By the way, I hate to pause it, but what background is the camera he's using? Is it hyper focused on him and that's why the background is all blurry? Or is it merely he look like this is like a AI generator or something?
He looks weird.
He looks like the leprechaun from those horror movies, the horror comedy movies, the leprechaun. He's turning weird, man. Look at the eyebrows.
You know that leprechaun ended in the hood, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gone full circle. What's going on here?
I didn't know those movies were horror.
Well, you know that all sort of big horror films always end in space.
Right.
Leprechaun was the first one that ended in the hood. It went to space and then it went to the hood after.
So, but you know how they say also it ends in hell? Technically, it did end up in hell, right?
No, Jason ended it. They went to hell. I think he went to hell and then he went to space.
I was trying to make a joke about
ended in space.
I was trying to make a joke about...
That's the problem with Event Horizon, right? They only made one film because it started in space. See?
All right, but at the end of the day, does he not look weird here? What's going on here? Is this AI generated?
He looks like a wooden Native American statue.
Something you'd buy at a cigar shop, right? Oh, man. All right, let's see what
it looks like that thing that... you ever saw Creep Show 2?
I've never seen that. No.
That statue the Native American statue comes to life and kills people.
Okay.
That's what it looks like. Wow, that's crazy.
Looks like Pumpkinhead. All right, let's see what you have to say about fighters' activity here.
What fighters should be thinking right now about me. How could this guy be 60 years old and break all the records? They should be disappointed with themselves. How could this old cat comes in here and break all the records? They fight once or twice a year. These guys, no one knows who they are. They need to have a story behind them.
Do you think part of the problem is they're getting paid too much, so that's why they're only fighting once a year? They don't have.
No, it's not that they're getting paid too much. It's just that they don't want to do it. If you like getting paid, you got a lot of money. Why don't you do that 3 times a year instead of 1? If you're getting paid good for that one fight, why don't we do it 3 times this year?
See, that's the problem then. So we're talking about this alleged deal that Shakur Stevenson is going to get, where he's going to get paid $60 million for 3 fights. So that's $20 million per fight. What incentive does he have to fight 3 times that year? If he can just stretch it out for about, 1 fight per year, like his big bro, Terence Crawford, these guys don't really have the incentive to fight more than 2-3 times a year. That is insane. And Fu, what do you think about that? The rumor that Zuffa TKO is going to be paying, they want to sign Shakur Stevenson to a $60 million deal. That's a 3-fight deal, by the way.
That's a terrible idea. He's not a star. Why would you pay a dud like him that much money?
Why indeed?
The Ryan Garcia fight, maybe they think they can get that one. That would certainly...
Yeah, but he would stink the place out, and then he would be worthless. Because even if he was to beat Ryan, it would be in the most pathetic manner possible.
Well, people
so
were...
he would...
People
win or
were,
lose, he's going to stink the place out.
People were speculating that they want to match him against the winner of Conor Benn versus Prograis. That's the rumor.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, those are great styles for him to look boring versus, right? Because they're like action fighters, so he's just going to run away and hit them with little taps.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think
I don't get the appeal.
I think,
like you said earlier, like who's going to pay for that? Especially, you're going to go buy tickets to see that crap?
Yeah, I
no
don't
way.
know. But well, that's the other thing is I think he recently said that he doesn't need Tank Davis anymore, or I might be confusing him with Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney said somebody said that they don't need Tank Davis anymore, so that ship has sailed according to them. Although I'm pretty sure they jump at the chance to fight Tank Davis if he ever said, you know what, I won't fight this guy. But is that the best they can do there? Conor Benn, the winner of Conor Benn and Prograis versus Shakur Stevenson? Kind of a letdown if you ask me.
Yeah, that's garbage. I mean, he shouldn't even be fighting Conor Benn. Why would he be getting the winner of that? Also, what are they fighting at? Welterweight?
Yes.
Yeah, so like that's just stupid. And then he was calling out Ryan. Now he's saying, I don't need Ryan. It's like, I think that little corny win he got versus Tio has really gone to his head.
Mm-hmm.
It's really gone to his head. He thinks he can dictate stuff now.
Yeah,
like people care about the guy.
Well, it's because of all the praise. Well, it's because of all the media. The media gave him that belief that, you know, oh, you're a superstar now. Oh, because that was such an amazing performance. Oh, you beat Teofimo Lopez, who was the lineal champion in the division. And so he starts to believe this nonsense. And now he's being offered $60 million. It's making it even worse. Well, this guy thinks he's a superstar.
Chidlin Distributor in the chat says that
they must not know anything about boxing because they're giving him that much money.
That Chidlin Distributor says that it was fake news and it was a joke. Well, I mean, I saw it on different, maybe they all fell for the joke. And even if it was a joke, it's completely believable that they would do that.
The 60 million?
Yeah, it's completely believable that they would do it.
I don't think it's true, man. To be honest, it doesn't make any sense.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is the fact that they're trying to push this dude as the next best thing doesn't make sense either. And yet here we are. So, and I'm looking at this on Boxing Scene, on Boxing Social. They're talking about
Boxing Scene is reporting it? Okay. Well, listen.
I saw that. It was on OnlyFans.
Yeah. These people are desperate.
I know.
You know what the problem is with Zuffa boxing? They want to rush it, man. But I think they should start low at the lower level, you know, and then build it up. They can do it.
I think they're trying to suffocate the competition to a greater degree than PBC did. Only problem is they're choosing the wrong guys. That's not the guy. You choose a star, not a guy like that.
Well, here's the.
I guess they're choosing who's available, and Shakur is available, and I guess that's why they're going after him. But I think that the other promoters, they know the value of Shakur Stevenson at this point.
Well, Shakur Stevenson
don't see that much value, so they're not.
He came out and said, they asked him about it on some show, and he said about the offer. He says, not that I know of, so he's unaware of any such offer. But if you're offering me $60 million, call my phone. He said, I'm ready. So at this point, it is just a rumor. Now, the other thing I wanted to say is, all right, so Mike Tyson makes a good point. These guys, they're not fighting enough. And then, I don't know if you guys heard you must have heard, right? That Ronda Rousey is going to be taking on, what's her name? Gina Carano. Gina Carano. Now, Fu, are you going to be watching that? Curious.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I liked Gina Carano as a fighter. I thought they were good. They were very good women fighters. I mean, they're better than Clarissa Shields. I mean, that's pretty high level. Even though, you know, they've been retired for a while now, especially Gina Carano. But it probably is going to be an actual real fight. I mean, look, Carano was I think more Muay Thai than anything else. So if Ronda can't get her down, who knows? She'll probably get knocked out again.
I got to tell you, I'm disappointed in the answer. I would have expected something like
you don't want to watch it.
I mean,
no, I've seen that for years. You know, I don't care.
But how good?
I mean, those are sports women. Those aren't like regular dainty women.
Right.
What do you
like
have
halfway men?
Clarissa Shields.
I mean, they're halfway men. I mean, that's not Clarissa Shields. Oh, you're angry about Clarissa Shields?
Olympic medalist. I don't know if you watched her last fight against. I don't know
I
who
saw
that was.
It was terrible. She beat up the milk lady. All the kids were crying.
Oh yeah.
but Butcher brings up a good point. Why are you watching these two old hags, but you don't want to watch one of the best female boxers ever, if not the best female boxer ever, including Shields? What's going on here?
Oh, I watched her. I watched her trash. Every once in a while, I watch that garbage.
I watch her trash. All right. Well, but okay. Let me ask you this though: how good a fight? Because I never really saw Gina. I remember watching her when she get the crap beat out of her by what's his name, Transborg. I remember that, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't remember
Rich Piana without a dick.
So I don't remember any of those. So how good is this going to be? Two women who have been inactive and are past it.
Who knows? I'm not sure. I mean, it looks like they took some stuff, so they'll probably fight decently. I think Ronda Rousey could finish her in 2 seconds. It takes her to the ground, so I don't really know what it's going to be. Also, they're like friends. Like Ronda Rousey idolizes Gina Carano. She's one of the main reasons she became a fighter. That's why she actually did this to help her, which makes no sense. But to help her, I guess, to lose weight and to get in shape and all that. She was like worried for her because she got really big. And she needed something to get her to move. Because, you know, Gina Carano's like very wealthy, right?
Is that right?
Her family has almost $1 billion in the bank.
What?
Jesus.
Wait. She's from an extremely wealthy family.
Oh, I think I heard that, man.
Wait a minute. This Fu, you're the one that told us that slap boxing was worth billions. So now
I didn't say billions.
I don't know if
you're
you're
1 billion.
I'm questioning your ability to gauge finances here. So are you sure that they're
that's
billions?
not true. No, I get it right. I get it right all the time.
So what you're saying is that
her
she's
family's
not
very
just
wealthy.
laying around. She's not doing anything or something. She's like depressed.
No, she's doing movies. She's doing movies, but she's more of an athlete. She's been an athlete for a really long time. So I guess she thought she would help her out, which I find weird. You know, like creating a fight because like you want to help your friend.
How much
you want to
are they
lift
real
her
friends or
self-esteem,
like just,
and you're going to fight her by what? Breaking her arm?
How close friends are they? Are they really close friends
Really help
or
her
like
self-esteem? Me finishing her in 2 seconds of the first round.
Yeah, I'm really helping her out by choking her down and making her shit his pants. Her pants. That's really helping her out, but she's my friend.
Well, they're making a lot of money, but you're saying she doesn't need the money, so yeah, I don't know.
She doesn't. No, she doesn't. She's doing it for just, you know, it's going to make a lot of money. That's the thing. So, I mean, maybe she wants to make some extra money. I have no idea, but I'm guessing it's probably going to make a good amount of money.
And who's this guy?
I mean, she was a bigger celebrity than Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields ain't even nowhere close to Ronda Rousey.
Oh, no, definitely
popularity.
not. She,
not even close.
Clarissa Shields is famous in like the NPR liberal crowd because, you know, she fits all the boxes, right? Like she's a woman, she's annoying. She's a minority.
Angry.
In a man's sport. Who's this? Francis Ngannou's going to be fighting on the undercard. Who's he fighting? And is this a boxing fight or what is it?
He's having an MMA fight. It's MVP's first MMA production.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way,
it's kind of funny that Ronda shit on Dana at the press event. I don't know if you saw it.
No.
She was like, "Hey, UFC don't pay guys enough." The funny thing about that is that the first person she brought the fight to was Dana White. The Carano fight, and he turned it down.
Oh, interesting.
So,
why did he turn it down?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he thought he just didn't want to see it. You know, maybe they're older. He's like, nah, not a good idea. You know, she's been out the sport forever.
Actually,
they wanted, I think she wanted it for the White House card. I think.
That's what some people, I saw the rumor about that, and I got a clip about what you're saying here. This is Ronda Rousey cramping on Dana White and the fighter paid. Let's have a gander.
It's just not about putting on.
Hold on a second. Let me boost the volume here.
The best fights. It's just not about putting on the best fights possible anymore. Dana isn't the owner, and he isn't calling the shots, and he isn't running things the way that he wants because he's an employee of the company. It was a big mistake of theirs to not let him just run things the way that he always has. Oh, he knows the White House card sucks. Like he knows that they were pushing this for over a year, and it fell extremely short of expectations. I mean, he was so upset about it. He was talking about a fight falling out the day before. You know, it's I can guarantee you he's not happy with it either. It used to be that UFC was the best place that you could come in combat sports.
So what is she saying that's wrong? What is she saying that's wrong?
Oh, I mean, I think she's full of shit. I thought it was funny. I thought when you said she took a big crap on him, there would be like a clip of a big wet fart.
I
didn't know you were gonna actually have the clip.
You wanted me to do it next time. I'll get Grok or whatever.
Like a big, like a muscle lady.
Right. I'm gonna. Oh, okay. I'm gonna
squat.
I'm gonna get C Dance to do that next. I'm gonna generate it.
Yep.
To make a living and be paid fairly, and now it's no longer, it's one of the worst places to go. It's one of the, it's why so many of their top athletes are leaving to go and find pay elsewhere. It's why their champions like Valentina are selling pictures of their titties on OnlyFans. You know, like these people are, a lot of them at the ground level, they can't support their families. They're living.
What's that?
She's bullshitting. And I think it's kind of corny, you know. I know Jake Paul's there and he tries to have a beef with Dana, even though the guys met and they like shook hands and all that. Maybe she's trying to build the event. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's a good.
I already showed this in one of my videos. Those guys on average, they make more money than boxers. That whole narrative is kind of bullshit that they don't get paid.
The OnlyFans, is that true?
Well, yeah, there was one that did OnlyFans, yeah, but that's because of the whole virus shit. And who knows what she's doing with her money. That lady's actually a pretty big fighter in Brazil. I'm pretty sure she had some high-level fights. So
no, but that's interesting though about the fighter pay. So you're saying that the lower the across the board, the MMA guys, whether they're at the top or in the middle, they're making more than the average boxer.
Yeah, the regular MMA guys, yeah. Just a regular old, like, you know, what is it, fight night, you know, UFC fight night guy making more money than boxers.
Because that's the thing, though. A lot of people think...
So they made $1 million for his last fight. This guy's on top of the sport, and they give him $1 million.
Right.
And then I looked at the other guy, Ilya Topuria. He made almost $4 million for his last fight.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I researched all of it. I didn't just make it up.
No, I'm not saying you made it up.
People in the chat are saying that you're wrong. FU is wrong.
Of course, they're trolls in there. That's all pigeon.
Now, does he make some? So, are you saying combined with bonuses and some sort of pay-per-view upside? Is that what he's making?
The bonus was 50. The bonus was 50,000 on top of I think it was like 3.5 million, something like that.
Now, I am not. Yes, go ahead.
So he made more money than Shakur Stevenson made in his highest payday. Outside of the Teofimo, supposedly he got a high amount from Teo, but when he bought the payday, he got $3 million.
Well, that's the thing, though. I don't trust this Google AI overview that they give you, but it says Ilya Topuria's earnings have grown significantly, reaching an estimated 3.9 for his title defense against Max Holloway. And then there's another little blurb here.
So he got paid more. He got paid that amount more than once.
Well, it says here that he made $350,000 when he won the title back in 2024, and then earned approximately 3.9, including a roughly $750,000 base purse and 1.5 million in pay-per-view earnings. So he's getting that much of a pay-per-view earnings.
So they gave him pay-per-view points as well.
Interesting. Yeah, because that's the thing. Look, the line,
you got to keep in mind, Ilya is like just he's like on that approaching like the Shakur thing, right? He just got like a breakout star out of nowhere. And he's not a huge star. He fought some kind of washed up guys.
Is that right?
So for him to be making almost $4 million a fight, I mean, you're gonna say this guy Navarrete is making $1 million? Oh, but the MMA fighters don't make nothing. Like I don't believe it.
Right, because people forget that when we talk about boxers, the boxers that we see on DAZN and Amazon Prime and all that, these guys are not normal. These are the top guys. That's why they're on TV and that's why they make a lot of money. But the guys fighting in the pro box or in smokers around the country or on televised fights, they're not making anywhere near $1 million.
No, they're making like not even $10,000 a fight. To literally get beat the fuck up by some prospect.
Exactly.
To get their brains beaten by a prospect. It's terrible. It's disgusting. And Zuffa's already changing that. What was it, like 2 weeks ago? I saw like a prospect get knocked out by some old man. He's like, I'm getting that bonus. And he knocked the dude out.
Oh, and by the way, apparently, now Jake Paul is making big moves. He was on the podium there with Trump, and then he had him on he had Trump, the president of the United States, on his podcast. Now, the one thing I want to say is, I think it was in Florida, or I don't know where it took place, but Jake Paul went up on stage on the podium, and look at this here, right here. Look at those stains there. How do you wear a suit and sweat through those? Is that PED usage that's making you sweat so much, or what is that?
That's PEDs all day. So I remember Crawford. I remember once there's an interview I have. I forgot what it was with. Was that black dude, skinny, long, like tall black dude who Deontay Wilder was like, hey, remember he was on his face? Whatever his name. So he was that guy was interviewing Crawford, and this dude was in the back room drenched in sweat, heavy breathing, just sweat pouring out of his face. And you look at everybody in the room, and they're all wearing suits and ties, and there's not a drop of sweat on them, on their head. And this guy's like, so I mean, that was right before the Canelo fight. Like, he was just sauced up. So that's Jake Paul. He's always ready. He's locked and loaded with you know what.
You think he's going to say something along the lines of, well, it's because my jaw, because the operation, so I'm on PEDs to recuperate from the, legal PEDs.
He'll probably call everyone a PED cheat. They're all cheats except for me.
Exactly.
Like, okay. It's like, weren't you like some tiny, skinny Disney kid a couple of years ago? Now he's got all this muscle out of nowhere.
Like, yeah, that's very weird, let me tell you. Very weird indeed.
Really is.
So
it's
now,
like that guy who played Hulk. Oh, not Hulk, Thor. He used to be this skinny twink, and then he became this giant, massive muscle dude.
Have I told you the story? I think I've said it before that the guy who played Superman, the Henry Cavill, he claimed that when he went, they sent him over to a personal trainer to prepare for the movie, right? And that personal trainer said, "All right, what do you want? Steroids?
Chicken and broccoli?"
No. Well, supposedly the private trainer said, "What do you want? Steroids or HGH?" And Cavill allegedly replied, "None of those." And the guy said, "Good answer, because if you would have said either one, I wouldn't have trained you." I said, "Come on, did they really? Does anyone really believe that bullshit story?" Like, they got standards, they got morals, man. It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like that. I remember that History Channel Gangland or whatever it's called, and they were talking to an undercover cop who was he was undercover with some gang or something, and they took him to a warehouse one night out of nowhere. They woke him up like, "Come on with us." So they take him to a warehouse. They got a guy tied up. They give him a gun. They say, shoot him in the head. So the guy's about to do it. And then at the last minute, they go, no, okay, give me the gun. We'll do it. We know you were going to do it. It's like, what the fuck? so that's the test if you want to be a gang member. It's like, they don't make you kill anybody. That they trust you not killing anybody. That's how
I think that was a joke, right? That was a joke he told. He's like, they were like, well, if you would have said, yeah, I wouldn't have trained you.
If you would have killed him. Yeah, if you would have killed him, we wouldn't have let you in the gang, man. You're too hardcore for our gang. But yeah, man. I mean, Henry.
No, I mean the PEDs. He's just like, I was just kidding.
Yeah.
He gave him a wink, when he said that. He says, I wouldn't have trained you if you would have taken PEDs. Wink, wink, right?
And by the way, what's wrong with taking AGH and steroids? If you're an actor, you're not an athlete. You're not competing. You take whatever you want. What's the problem? Get a note, not doctor's note.
It's just your life, But yeah, you're not going to go kill someone as Superman.
Exactly.
Well, the director's like, I want it to look really real. Hit him.
You might kill the movie though at the box office, but you're not going to kill anybody per se.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, too, though, Eddie Hearn was talking about the fighter pay because he's still going at Dana White. He's saying, I've talked to some of the people that UFC fighters, I couldn't believe what they're being offered over at, as an MMA fighter. And then Lou DiBella, who, by the way, people forget that Lou DiBella is one of the guys who masterminded the golden era, or one of the 90s golden era of HBO, because for a lot of people, the golden era is the 80s. But, he's the one that developed Boxing After Dark and all that. And so this is what he had. So he knows the business. So this is what he had to say. He said, this is exactly why Eddie doesn't and won't have an MMA business. And if he did, the economic paradigm would fail. It's unequivocal that the lack of relationship between overblown purses in boxing and the money being generated to justify those purses has created a business model sustainable only by the insane spending of third parties willing to flush money as bad business or as folly. That's something that we've been talking about before. These guys get paid way too much. And then when they want to finally have a mega fight, they go, well, pay me double that, what I'm accustomed to. So now they want $15 million to fight a guy, and they're not going to draw flies at the box office. They might do well at the gate. Nowadays, if you do well at the gate, it's like, they're popping up in the champagne balls and all that. But how many people actually watched it? Because most people are going to watch it, obviously, through an app or TV or whatever. Because not everybody can show up at the venue. So they don't talk about that anymore. It's almost nowadays as if, well, if you did well at the gate, that's it. That's the most important thing. It's like, not really. How much are you really making at the gate? So DiBella has a point here. These guys are getting overpaid. Eddie Hearn is showing why he made a wrong move when he first started trying to get into the United States by paying Mikey Garcia $7 million allegedly. $7 million to fight Jesse Vargas. I mean, come on. Give your head a shake.
Well, it's not their money, right? They're getting it from the network.
Exactly.
They're just robbing these guys blind.
Or if it's
they're robbing them.
Or if it's Turkey LLC giving the money, then hey, the more the merrier, according to these dudes.
Yeah, they loved it when he gave them the money. As soon as he stopped giving it, Now they're taking him to court and everything, right?
Exactly.
They're gonna burn those bridges, and it's all gonna come down. I saw earlier today, somebody made a meme, and they made this thing with this fighter getting angry about being stripped because the guy said, "Oh, well, they're trying to get rid of the sanctioning bodies, so why do they care when they strip this guy?"
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about that. It's about the fact that they're trying to hurt their product, and they've all teamed up to do that, which is really bad for them because now Dana White could actually sue them for a huge amount of money. And that's further going to lead them out of the industry, right? But if he gets like $1 billion settlement.
That's what they said, that apparently something, what's his name? Dan Rayfield said that somebody sent him an email that, yes, indeed, the Zuffa TKO or somebody involved with them is going to be pursuing action against certain sanctions.
And they're going to win.
You think so?
And they're going to win. No doubt about it. They're going to win.
No doubt about it.
Because that's a clear-cut case of corruption that they did that.
Well, I got to tell you.
They all came together to do that, just to go against Zuffa. They can't do that. And they're talking about monopolies. They're coming in there just teaming together, trying to hurt these guys. And the funny part, it didn't hurt them. It actually hurt the old world, the Frank Warrens and all that, these sanctioning bodies.
Didn't you used to call it the old order or something like that?
Well, I mean, that's kind of what it is, right? They're changing the way the business runs.
I know, but you call it the old white order or something like that.
What's the old? Yeah, white privilege.
Okay.
And that white guy's coming in.
Exactly, yeah, man. But another thing I wanted to say that's a sort of adjacent to that is that Ariel Helwani is a guy, and I've said it before, a lot of these dudes that you see on YouTube and on social media, they want to be in front of the camera on a DAZN broadcast, Amazon pay-per-view, whatever you want to, whichever big provider, broadcaster, they want to be there. They want to be holding the microphone with that phony smile looking at the camera.
Homosexual.
Well, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but
maybe not in the closet.
Right. But they want to be there, is what I'm saying. But they don't seem to understand that once you're allied with that corporate machinery, they tell you what to do. Now, nowadays you can have the best of both worlds because you can work for a company, but at the same time, if you got a little studio at home, you can do your own podcast or whatever, and you get double the money, double the exposure. However, it's gonna come down to the point where a lot of these dudes, they can't say certain things at home because they're still technically under contract with a broadcaster, and usually these broadcasters have some sort of clause that you cannot do anything that's going to harm us, our reputation, by you acting like you can't go out there and get a bunch of Afro-Anglo prostitutes and start fucking them on camera and then go back on Saturday for the broadcast. Not that casts these broadcasters on bad light. So there's certain things you cannot say because you don't have the
very
freedom.
anti-LGBTQ of you.
Well, listen, I'm just saying. But that's the point, though. So Ariel Helwani is the guy that a lot of these guys want to be because he's not dependent on the UFC. He's got an acrimonious relationship with them, and yet he still has access to the fighters, and now he's transitioning over to boxing. So he's trying to really milk this for all it's worth. But now people started going at him because he was doing, and he's done this before, but he was the what you call it, moderator there for the Rousey versus Carano press conference. And people were saying, well, how's he's actually working for them, so how much is he really going to criticize them if it comes to that on his show? And somebody said, this guy's really going at him. This is Trent Reinsmith. Sounds like the name of some Viking or something. But he says, hi, my name's Ariel Helwani, and I will cover you, your promotion, and your fights as a journalist while also hosting your press conferences. Read about it in my latest Ethics for Thee, but not for me. Oh, and then there were a whole bunch of other people. I think Luke Thomas came to his defense. And then Helwani actually had to come out and address that. You guys tell me, you're smarter than I am. Tell me what the hell if you can make sense of what he's saying here. Hold on a second. Let me play this.
I do want to make something very clear. I saw some people saying, reveal.
By the way, sorry. Fu, you know about framing and all that. Is he a little bit too close to the camera? He's encompassing a lot of the frame there.
It's disgusting.
Why did he that?
A shark is coming at me. Look at that fin.
Oh man, I was actually trying to get a serious response from Fu. That's disgusting. That's what Fu said. I didn't say it.
That you're being paid for this.
I actually saw that guy in person one time.
Really?
In Manhattan, yeah, he was going into a Whole Foods. He's a tall guy, but tall, but he looks like a bitch.
Oh, wait a minute, come on.
That's like his whole his shtick, He's like, I'm not threatening guys. I didn't come here, Connor, just to chit chat. That's actually a direct quote. He actually said that.
very excited about what's going on here, guys.
It's also really weird because he's not from New York, but he pretends he is. It's like, what are you? What are you?
Wait.
Like he's a fake New Yorker, Canadian / Israeli. Like
he pretends to be from New York.
Yeah, he does. His show is like pretend like there's a fake background. It's in New York.
So wait. But he lives in New York at least, right? Is what you're saying?
I don't think he does. Like he's Canadian, I think.
He's from Montreal, I think.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
Don't tell me he lived in must have been the DDO, like West Island, right? That type of shit.
Well, that's probably how he got into the MMA. That and his lust for men. But he got into the MMA because it's big in Canada. The wrestling.
Fu just throws everybody under the bus, man. All these fucking. That's the thing about Fu is he's like a turret gun. He just comes at you with so many bullets, you don't know which one to block. You can't block them all. But let's keep on hearing what Helwani has to say about the allegations of him being a journalist, but at the same time working for these promotions.
Paid for this, but let me be very, very clear. I have never taken a check. I've never taken a dime. I've never even taken a car service from MVP or any promoter since I made that mistake in 2016 when it ended in 2016. I have been steadfast in that, and I've turned down many opportunities and I understand, by the way, that people don't get this. They don't understand this because in MMA, in particular, if you're on the broadcast, if you're part of the circus, if you will, the promotion, you're working for the promoter. Everyone that's on the UFC broadcast is working for the UFC. Everyone that's on the PFL or Bellator back in the work. Boxing is different. The dudes at DAZN don't work for the promoters. They work for DAZN. Zuffa boxing is a little bit different, but historically, HBO, they're working for HBO. Showtime, they're working for Showtime. That's why I wanted to work so badly in the world of boxing, because I didn't want to work for a promoter. And so yesterday, I wasn't being paid by MVP. I was being paid by the production company who was putting this on for Netflix. When I did the thing last week at MSG, same thing. When I did the AJ fight, same.
Okay, so he's getting paid by a proxy company that takes care of everything. So, but is that company are they gonna let him say whatever he wants as a journalist, and then when MVP comes to the company, go, hey, he's bad money the promotion? What are they gonna say? Hey, too bad, man.
He's a bullshit artist. That's what he is.
He's going into a technicality.
He's trying to pretend that, oh man, dude, I'm like an independent media guy. Then why are you working for DAZN, right? The DAZN is they're paying these guys to put their fighters on there, so you can't badmouth this promoter's fighters, and you never seen him do it ever, right? You never see it. I've seen him on some of those boxing cards. He never has a thing to say. He has no opinion of his own. He'll just say things like, "Oh, what's your mindset going into this fight?" That's the best he'll do. He'll never say like, Shakur, what you did to that couple was like, he didn't bring up any of that. He's just like, hey, Shakur, it's great to see you, man. And he gave him a fucking hug when he came in. He's like, yeah, man, what's up, homie?
Well,
why do you think that is? Because
this same guy, right?
He worked for Riyadh.
This same guy, Reinhardt or whatever, on Twitter, who was going after him, said that he recently interviewed, talking about Helwani, Conor McGregor. And then apparently he's interviewing a guy, and I don't know his name, but apparently he's a guy who's had a sexual assault allegation on him, and he walked away due to a technicality. And that Helwani was talking with him, having a good time, laughing it up. So it sort of goes to what you're talking about there, that he won't bring up certain things. He'll certainly go after Dana White.
That nose has been places. He knows that means. He relates.
But
he says it doesn't count if it's the nose.
Right. But people are accusing him of not, he'll go after Dana White, like, oh my God, he slapped his wife. But then, like you said, when he interviews certain fighters, he won't go into some of their lives and some of the stuff they've done. That's what I've heard.
Well, he did an interview, I think, with Keyshawn and Shakur. Both guys didn't ask anything about the whole, or he'll paint it in a real positive light almost.
Right.
It's like, yo, Keyshawn, you had a little bit of trouble backstage, huh?
Or like Brian Coster, like, you got put in that situation,
what happened, brother? What happened, my brother?
What happened? You were just there. It wasn't your fault.
But
what happened on that rooftop?
On that garage. But reality's blind wig smothers the afros of our souls.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, BDA, don't expect these people to ask any tough questions. Most of these media guys that are close to the fighters, they're gonna hold back. They're not gonna ask the tough questions. So get used to it, man.
That's
right. They're trying to keep their job. They all do it. Helwani does it, except he's the worst. Because, like I said, he has nothing to say or ask. Anything that's going to be like controversial, he's not going to ask any of it. He'll have an interview with them. He won't even talk about boxing or anything they've ever done.
He'll talk about how was your summer? How did your summer go? You know what I mean? Like stupid questions. Nobody cares.
So they're like, oh, so you're going to ask me about the fight? No, I want to ask you, who's your hairstylist? Your hair is beautiful.
Great.
That's the kind of stuff he says.
Deontay. But I mean,
I know he put the in there.
On the one hand, I do respect a guy because he's smarter than the boxing version of him, which is what's his name? Eli Segbach. Yeah, Eli Segbach just has no grasp of the situation. Like if a guy badmouths him, it's over for that dude. It's now he's Segbach's ultimate enemy, and Segbach's never gonna give him credit. Same thing with like what he did against Joe Rogan, against Tyson Fury, against Conor McGregor. He hates them. He's not smart. He can't say, well, I'll take it in stride because one day I might need to interview them or whatever. No, it's like he's thinking about these guys say something about me. But anyway, let's see what Helwani had to continue saying here.
Thing. Netflix doesn't pay. They hire production companies to. Same with their football, by the way. They're not doing anything in house, but usually it's a company called Everwonder. Yesterday was a company called Concom. That's it. So I don't get paid by MVP, and I know it's weird.
Yeah, but if he badmouths MVP, let's say he goes back to his show and starts saying, "Man, MVP is a piece of this card's trash, Ngannou against some bomb, blah blah blah." The company's still gonna hire him, and MVP's gonna go, well, hold on, we don't want Helwani, and then the company's gonna go, well, tough titty, you gotta hire him. We're gonna hire him, and he's gonna be the one who what's it called, MCs the event. It's like, no, MVP's paying the company probably, right? Unless I'm wrong, they're paying the production company, and they're telling him, okay, hire this guy, hire that guy, and these other dudes. Well, we'll leave this other post. We'll leave it up to you to decide who gets hired on that. But we want this personality to do the MCing or whatever, right?
Maybe because he's anti Dana White, no?
But he's anti Dana White.
Yeah, so maybe that's why they have him in there. Just like, oh, we're competing against the UFC, so we're gonna have this guy. We know Dana White doesn't like him. So.
Maybe, yeah, you're right. But anyway, I'm tired of talking about. But yeah, I just wanted to play that.
Yeah, fucking move on.
There's a controversy. I just wanted to highlight the controversy about this dude and how they're talking about how, again, you can't be a journalist, but at the same time be taking these people's money and being the MVP in the event and all that. The other thing,
did you ever see that video of that guy crying when Dana White took away his press pass?
No, really?
You could go look it up. He's crying. Like, that dude's a bitch. He's a little snake.
I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe. Hold on,
yeah, he's a little rat. And they always cheer when he was at the UFC event. So all the people are like, yeah. And I don't understand why. I think it's because he tries to look like Mr. Rogers. He's like non-threatening, but he's always playing fighters against each other. That's why more than one fighter has slapped him in the past. You know that?
Yeah, that's true.
Rampage Jackson slapped him, I think, and I think Nate Diaz slapped him.
Well, now that is.
But from what I understood is that some people respected him because he asked the tough questions, and that's why Dana White basically kicked him out of the event.
He instigates. He doesn't really ask any real questions. Like, he'll go outside of MMA and say shit. Like, he's not a real sports journalist. He's not even a fan. I feel like he's even a fan of these sports.
Well, is he a journalist?
He's just like guys.
Is he a journalist in the sense that he breaks news? And I mean, that's what people now in combat sports consider a journalist. Like, just a guy who breaks stories. Like, they just signed this guy, and that's the big deal.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons why Dana removed him, because he, I think he's the one that brought out the Brock Lesnar Mark Hunt fight. I think it was. He's like, it's going down, and he said it before Dana did, and so he got pissed off about that.
Oh.
But he was a lot of fighters don't like him. The fans like him for some reason, and I think that's because of his little character he puts on. He puts on his little stupid plaid shirt, and he's all friendly and smiling all the time. I think he looks like that in the Twilight Zone movie, man. You ever seen the Twilight Zone movie? That thing that comes out of the hat.
I don't.
Weird.
Is that one of the old school
Weird.
episodes or the remakes?
the movie, or?
the Twilight Zone movie. Comes out of the hat. It's like a weird, like bunny rabbit, but with sharp teeth.
The best part of
big
that
snout.
The best part of that movie is with Dan Aykroyd, and he's a drifter. The drifter that gets he gets a ride, and he goes, "You want to see something really scary?" And he turns into a monster out of nowhere. Makes no sense, man. The first time I watched it,
It's a
I was
good
like,
movie.
Yeah, it's all right, man. I mean,
And that's just like Ariel Helwani. You see, smiling, so you least expect it. Right? Before you know it, he's on top of you.
Oh. Well, you gotta watch out, man. When you don't want that dude on top of you, he might not let you go. Can I do this?
It's like Crawford.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's see if this works here. Hold on a second. Give me 2 seconds. Don't forget to hit the like, people. Hit the like. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. We're here with King Bucho. We're here with Fu. That's the Real Fu TV. Go check out his channel. Let me see if I can just do this here. I'm gonna work on that later. There you go. That's gonna be the kick-ass background if we ever have to do an Ariel Helwani show. Look at that. All right. Just want to do want to see that video that Fu's talking about. I just want to see if it's true. But it's got music in the background. I don't. All right. Let's see what this is.
Of course he wasn't correct. Who the fuck does Ariel Helwani talk to at the UFC? Nobody here's talking to him. You know what I mean? And what we found out is that he was actually talking to.
Oh, okay. So she was
exactly.
I don't know.
Well, that's fake,
never my
man.
friend.
That is fake as fuck. This guy's playing the victim.
Oh yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah. They easy work for.
That's pretty pathetic, right?
I mean, it is.
So
that is so pathetic.
It reminds me of Obama when he was talking about the little girls that died or something in a shooting or kids, and he's touching the far side of the eye where the tears come from the inner. The ducts, the tear ducts are in the inner part, and he's wiping the outer part. So he can't even fucking.
Yeah, he's a psychopath.
Yeah, psychos don't cry.
Well, I mean, the fact he put that online, you could tell he's doing it just to kind of like paint Dana in a bad light.
Then let's see this without sound. So he's drinking
He
piss or
cried
something?
his way back into getting press credentials.
Okay, come on. Look at him.
I'm not even kidding. He really did.
But why did he cry about the fact that this is? What did he say? In other words, about why he was crying?
Oh, I mean, they took away his press pass, so he couldn't go to like the UFC events and be like, "Oh, so what's up, Brock Lesnar?" Right? They took it away, which obviously is tied to his money. And so he was the guy that was wrong. He was in the wrong, but he's like, "No, data," and he just did that whole act there.
You think he rubbed some onions on his eyes before going on the air, or before turning on the camera? Or...
Probably, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, most likely, yeah. he can snip onions. I mean, he probably just snorted an onion.
Oh, going after his nose.
Snorted it.
Well, I tell you what, though, not everybody
can. It's like aliens, Alien when the alien goes through the airlock, the air.
Resurrection. I know you're talking about.
Like the ending.
Oh shit! What did I do here? Oh boy, I took something off here that I think I shouldn't have. Anyway, before I work on that, well, yeah,
keep that.
What?
So just leave that. Anyways,
I was
play the video. There's a video. Schofield talking about Devin Haney.
All right,
Schofield Senior.
Well, before I get to, all right, I will get to that now. Why not? Hold on a second. Let me just copy paste. Yeah, okay. So, by the way, Devin Haney was talking about, because I think this is a response to that, Bucho, that Devin Haney was saying that Schofield Sr. is stealing his son's money. That's what Devin Haney said. And I don't know if the Schofields are litigious, but apparently Schofield Sr., who's never at a loss for words, had this to say about that. Hold on a second. Let me see. There we go.
Oh, you knew I had to come meet you on the front line.
Why is he always wearing a wife beater, by the way? I've never seen this guy wearing a shirt, like a normal shirt with sleeves. It's always a wife beater that's got stains on it. Anyway.
A little weirdo. Yeah, Devin, you want to call and make up some shit? So let's make up some shit then. Or not, let's keep it facts. You still mad because kid whipped your ass?
Oh.
Is that what this is? But since you're a Braveheart, when are you rematching Ryan? Or were you going to fight Shakur? Because you sure ran out that ring. Or how about fighting anybody that's ready to fight you. Brother, you ain't like that. You know, we was the first to tell you had a glass chin, right? Waldo the weirdo. You a weirdo. 100%. So I don't even know why you start with these lies. You better stop your lies for your ass to lose some of that goddamn money, because you know y'all used to suing. So you know what your lies could do to yourself, right? Now, get done typing stuff and get in the goddamn ring. Who you gonna fight? Let's talk about that. Is it Ryan? Is it who? Because I know why you're attacking. I know who you trying to make proud, but we want all that smoke, you know? So, you know, I'm on the front line for my sons. Keep it with your lies. And brother, listen to this. You the biggest tricker. You got a baby by a trick, Don't start with me. Do not start. I will get ignorant with your ass, and I'm talking about just talking. I get ignorant. You made the biggest with chicks. You talk about spending money on chicks? Nigga, you gave a whole...
Oh, so he's going there. But he went there. Schofield Sr. Yeah, that's weird that Haney would say that. Like, he would accuse his Schofield Jr.'s father of stealing money. I would have thought that Bill Haney... usually Bill Haney lets Devin Haney what he can and can't say. That's the impression I've always gotten. So it's amazing that they...
I'm just happy he didn't say, "You're making me wet."
But, yeah.
Yeah, well, why did
that would have been very
his mouth?
shocking. Sorry for the visual.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was a horrible visual. But what's the question, Buchu? What?
Yeah, well, what's happening here? Like, why is Devin Haney saying that? Like,
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess I suppose it's just another day of these young guys not fighting and just going on Twitter and saying shit about each other. That's what they do. It's like, this guy, I beat this guy in sparring 15 years ago. I got the best of it. And then the other guy go, no, don't make me release the footage. And then, of course, they never do. Or if they do release footage, they release like a 5-second clip or something. It's getting boring.
Haney's trying to build another fight over here.
Yeah, maybe.
Seems like that's what they're all
think that's
doing
the
now.
fight
They
you
don't want
want?
to fight like...
Yes,
probably.
But Senior, Schofield Senior is bringing up some good points. Like, well, what's the deal with like the Haney's? What are they gonna do? It seems like they're just
they haven't done anything.
calling everybody out, but they don't really want to fight some of these guys. I mean,
these guys want to fight.
Hey,
I mean, look at these guys lately. They get this one shitty win, and they're just like doing nothing except calling out everybody who's smaller than them.
Or
That's
I
what
mean,
I say.
Haney at some point was calling out Xander Zayas, which I don't understand at all. Like, that fight doesn't make any sense. He was calling out Xander
No, it
Zayas.
doesn't. That's
I mean,
insane.
it doesn't make any sense. And so there's obviously something wrong here with the Haneys, or I think they're confused. I really don't.
The sanctioning bodies, they should put these guys in check and say, you know, stop saying all this stupid shit because it's not going to happen. But in boxing, they make anything happen. If it makes money, we're doing it.
Hey, what
Haney versus Navarrete.
Yeah, there has to be some
Going
law
down.
and order here.
People are
Joshua
saying
versus Shakur.
people are saying that the phone number is up on the screen. I don't see it on the screen. Where are people seeing the phone number?
No, I think people want to call in.
Yeah, but the Uncle Charles, right? Uncle Charles said the phone number you got up on the screen, my number won't reach it. And then Jerry said the phone number is up, but it's not taking any calls. I don't see the phone number up.
I don't see a phone number. Oh, maybe on the in the thumbnail or something.
Oh, okay. Well, people want to call in. We still have some things to get to, but listen, we'll open up the phone lines and then we'll get back to the panel here. Hold on a second. I'm gonna open up the phone lines, but I mean, but that's the other day. Who was it? I forget who it was. They were talking about Devin Haney, and I think it was on the Ring Show, and they're talking, you boxed beautifully against Brian Norman. It's like, how was that beautiful boxing?
Oh yeah, no.
That was not beautiful boxing. And they even called it, I mean, how can they say it was beautiful boxing when even then they're criticizing him for hurting Brian Norman in the beginning of the fight, and then in the last 6 rounds, just fucking not doing anything, not pressing, and just clinching.
He lied. He said Norman was the one holding. It's like, what am I seeing? This guy's a revisionist history. It's like he was throwing punches and grabbing the whole fight, Devin Haney.
Mm-hmm. No, I made a video about it.
Like,
you can, yeah.
Did you see that recently? He came out and he said that he would beat up Nate Diaz. He says, I met Nate and I left him alone. I would kill him. And I saw these guys in the comment sections on Facebook. They're like, yeah, he'd kill him. Haney would kill him. Like, they're really stuck on that whole Brian Norman thing.
They really are.
Yeah, they really are. Like, they don't understand this guy Nate would literally kill him in seconds. They're like, oh, he can't box. It's like, bro, he punches hard in you and he'll strangle you to death within seconds. Like, he's like, I'll kill that guy. It's really gone to his head, you know.
All right, it's phone numbers up on the middle of the screen there. So, guys, yes, phone lines are up. Make sure to call in. Call in. The phone number is right there in the left middle portion of your screen. But before, at least they did push a little bit on Haney when they said, they gave him that. But then Haney, one thing I liked was he said, well, you guys are giving me crap for slowing down against against Brian Norman, but then you say Shakur Stevenson had a great performance. So which one is it? And then Max Kellerman says, well, but because there was no let-off from Shakur Stevenson, there was no drop-off. I'm thinking, there was no drop-off because he was doing the bare minimum throughout the fight. He couldn't do any less in that one. It's like, well,
he didn't get him down. He didn't do much of anything. Like, Haney actually tried to knock out Norman at one point of that fight. You know, he went for it, but then after that, he did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Just, hit him with little jabs and run away. But, I mean, those jabs are heavier than the ones that Shakur throws. I'll give him that.
That's right.
The fight was trash.
That's right.
I mean, this guy's that Teofimo fight was so bad that they were giving him credits for low blows and pushdowns. It's like, wow, that's what the highlights were for that fight: pushdowns and rabbit punches and low blows. It's like, great, amazing performance.
There was nothing else. There was absolutely nothing in the fight. There's no highlights. There's no footage for highlights.
There's like no highlights. Yeah.
Somebody keeps calling and then dropping out. Hopefully the lines are working. I don't know, Butch. I think they changed the landscape for the phone lines here. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let's see. 205, you're on the air. 205, can you hear me?
What's up, BDA? What's happening?
Uncle Charles, what's up, man?
Shut the door, son.
Yeah, tell him.
Yeah, man, how you doing, bro?
You're doing fantastic. Good to hear from you, man. What's on your mind?
Man, let me tell y'all something, man. What's going on in boxing, don't we? We got Clarissa Shields saying she wasn't knocked out in sparring when I clearly see on YouTube she was knocked all the way out. I saw when she was knocked out. You know what, Clarissa Shields, why don't you worry about fighting women? Tell me you're going to fight one time, Keith Thurman. Yeah, it's going to be one time. And that's going to be the only time. I don't know what in her mind. So you go back in that room back there and you be taking them pills or whatever you're doing because it's messing with your goddamn mind. And you think you can whoop a man. Well, you're not going to be able to whoop a man. You need to keep on whooping on women. See, the thing is, why can't we as men enjoy the very nature of a woman? Why you got to whoop all the women asses and then have to whoop but our asses? And I'm going to tell you, it ain't going to work. It's not going to work. I'm going to tell you something, Chris. You and Ronda Rousey are going to be roommates. Just enough. She told me she was going to fight Mayweather. And 2 weeks later, she got kicked in the head by the preacher's daughter. She kicked in the head with one of them rusty feet, knocked her ass out, and she went the same sense. It wasn't the same sense. Both of y'all need to be roommates. I don't know what it is with certain women. They think because they done whooped all these women asses, they can just go pick with a dude.
Right.
Let me explain something to you. I seen this mess down at Walmart. Oh, man. Somebody probably told her not to come down there and mess with that man. But the dude had a tattoo on his tongue.
Oh.
And he had a burn cross on his forehead upside down. Now, me personally, if I ain't had any sense, I know not to mess with that fool.
Mm-hmm.
But yet still, she kept on punching him in the head. And the guy went crazy. They said, we're going to call the police. He didn't stop because he's crazy. That's why he didn't stop. I don't understand what boxing is coming to. But I know what Clarissa Shields, I know what her problem is. I'm the doctor. This is why I come to tell you. She got nothing to do. She's got nothing to do. So why don't you do this, Clarissa? Stop thinking about you going to try to whoop a man before you get your ass whooped and go downtown and feed the homeless.
That's
How about go over there to Salvation Army and put some goddamn clothes down there? Because I'm tired of looking at these people walking around here naked. Why don't you do that? See, I had enough of Clarissa. And then she got on there on the show talking about the ring I got. No, you got your ass knocked out by a guy that was third tier. That he was a practice guy. He knocked you out. What you think that Rolly gonna do to you and one time Keith Thurman gonna do to you? You know what? I suggest you do this. I suggest you take Papoose and y'all go out and have a dinner because y'all need to discuss who the man in that relationship. We don't know, but I guess you'll tell us. This is what I'm saying, BDA. I'm not going to whoop 52 men asses and say, you know what? I done whooped all these guys' asses, now I'm finna whoop a woman ass. But what sense do that even make? But that's all I got to say, man, and I appreciate you letting me come on.
Well, thank you, Uncle Charles, for calling in. Always providing some wisdom there, and you have yourself a good night, man. Have yourself a good night, Uncle Charles. Good to hear from you. Take it easy. Yeah, you know what? They say psychologically, one of the things is that when people feel down or, they've accomplished a lot and they're still down and they don't feel fulfilled, they say that one of the things that helps is actually going out there and helping people. Because it gives you a purpose that you are indeed changing the world somehow. It doesn't have to be, trying to stop World War or something, but just something as simple as feeding the homeless, like Uncle Charles said, or clothing the homeless, or, going to an orphanage and helping kids out, giving them some sort of like a parental figure. So all of that can help.
Uncle Charles was describing a MAGA supporter.
The what? The mode is what now?
Uncle Charles was describing a MAGA supporter.
Now, wait a minute. Now you're going to get political here. Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to another phone call. All right.
Upside down cross and shit, man. He said upside down cross. He's putting his swastikas, all kinds of stuff. It was mentioned over there, I think.
Gypsy, like Uncle Charles said, Clarissa Shields should worry about doing some good for the community, and you should worry about not having some big Filipino broads cheating on your sweater again, all right? You should focus on that. All right, let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 410. 410, you're on the air. 410, what's on your mind?
What's up there, BDA?
Oh,
Crew?
Jerry.
What's happening?
What's up, Jerry, man?
Hey, man. I'll tell you where I'm at with Clarissa Shields. Now, first I'll say I think she gets a little too much heat. People are involved in her personal life too much. And as a fighter, well, she is what she is, man. I mean, she's really good. But me, like everybody else, to talk about fighting fighters is it's enough to really get on your last freaking nerve. But where I'm at with it, let's have it, man. Let's have it. Let's have her fight Rolly Romero in a real fight. I mean, we'll get the transgender crowd behind it. Lots of people pushing for that sort of shit anyway. Let's have it. Let's go. Her ego has got her to a point, and I'll be honest with you, man. She could probably go into a bar and whip a ton of guys' ass on bar stools. I'll give her that. Because the Great Mola, if you remember the wrestling, the Great Mola, her and her crew, them bitches, they used to do that. They used to beat up guys, but they weren't professional boxers, right? They're drunks on bar stools. Little kids could beat up. So let's have it. Let her find out, because it seems as though that's the only way she's really going to find out. You know what I mean? And Rolly's the perfect guy, because he'd probably do it, right? I got a feeling he'd be like, okay, let's do it. Want to move on, though, to Deontay Big Bum Basher Wilder.
Oh.
He got played, man, because I seen Usyk the other day. He talked about he's got 3 fights, and he did not mention Wilder. Did you see that?
Yes, I did, over at Ring Magazine.
Yeah, they whored Wilder. They dangled the carrot to get him to fight Chisora, and I don't see no Usyk fight on the horizon for him, and I got a feeling Chisora's going to beat the brakes off of Wilder. Chisora, I mean, he's a beatable guy. He's lost, but he usually makes you go through hell. He's very durable, and he can punch, and this is his last fight, and they might have him jacked. No, I'm going to love watching Wilder get the brakes beat off of him again. Yeah. I don't like Wilder, man. I don't get personal with the fighters. I try my very best to not get into their personal lives too much, and the like and the dislike. I love the sport, so I try not to get personal with the fighters. He's about one of the only guys that I just hate the guy, you know. I mean, there's others that I don't like as much, but like I say, I concentrate on mostly what they do in the ring. But this guy has proven himself to be a classless thug over and over again, you know. And I could list it all for you, but you know what it is. And then this is a guy that has said with a straight face he wants to kill somebody in the ring.
Right.
One side out of his mouth, he talks about God and Christianity and all things wholesome about life. And then he'll turn around and tell you in the interview, say, man, you don't really mean that. And he doubles right down on it. Yes, I do. I say what I mean what I say, and all this screaming bullshit. And I've just about had it with his excuses and his fans' excuses. He got his ass kicked 3 times by Tyson Fury, and that's a wrap. And that's why I'm so glad they had that 3rd fight, because all them excuses and allegations that you made in the 2nd fight, when your trainer saved your life because you were getting beat literally to death, you had every chance to fix that in the 3rd fight. Did he not?
That's right, yeah.
He had every chance to fix that, which it wasn't anything, but it was allegations. So look, you got a 3rd fight, and what happened? You ended the fight doing a lip stand. It was even a worse result. So let it go, man. You lost. And it's crazy to hear people on YouTube, these so-called content creators, sit there and talk about they're still hanging on to this pipe dream that what they seen isn't what they seen. Egg weights, tampering with gloves. I remember in the wake of that 2nd fight, nobody had Fury's back, not even his own stablemate. Not Fury, but Wilder. Nobody had his back, not even his own stablemates. Now, Andre Ward, nobody. They were talking about tampering with the gloves. They asked Jamal Charlo, and he was like, nah. And he just wrote it off, and the guy was like, well, what do you mean? He was like, look, man, I've been in big fights. You don't get the gloves. You don't have them in there. You get them late. And when you get them, there's all kinds of people in there. There's a whole camera crew in there. There's security from the venue that ain't got shit to do with neither camp. There's all kinds of people. There's people from the other camp, at least 1, sometimes 2, representatives from the other camp. And you don't get to take the gloves and take them off into a little room and tediously try to take padding out of them.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's been 6 years now since that happened, and yet Deontay Wilder still believes it for some reason. So you're right, man. It's just he's never going to change, or at least maybe not in the near future. But yeah, man. We do have to move on here, but Jerry, hey, call back in the next episode after some of the fights we got on Saturday, all right?
All right, buddy.
All right. Take it easy out there. That was Jerry giving us his thoughts there on the Deontay Wilder, and that's a good pivot there. First of all, don't forget to hit the like, everybody. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. We got Bucho in here. We still have Fu, and we got Gypsy Boxing dropping in. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for being on. Speaking of Deontay, and by the way, the phone calls are going to be open here for another 10, 15 minutes. So in case you want to call in, make sure to do so. Deontay Wilder, because, okay, so Usyk was on the Ring Magazine show with Max Kellerman, Devin Haney, and Doug Fisher was there too. And they were asking him about, Mike Coppinger. So anyway, they're asking Usyk, well, what's the future for you? Because you're 39, you only have so many fights left. And he says 30 more fights. And he said he wants to fight the winner of, well, first he's got this fight here against Rico Verhoeven. Then he says he wants to fight the winner of Wardley versus Dubois. And I suppose he's saying that if Dubois wins, he's going to fight him a 3rd time. And then he said, and I want to fight my friend Gridivelli. He wants to fight Tyson Fury a 3rd time. Now, again, I don't take what these guys say too seriously when they say, I want to fight this guy, I want to fight that guy, because we've seen it before. I want to fight this guy, and then they don't fight each other. Like a couple of months ago, he was saying he was going to fight Wilder, and guess what? That's not happening. Then Doug Fisher and Kellerman pressed him on Caballel, and he said, well, I'll talk to my team about it. Now, I have a very difficult time believing that Usyk would be afraid of Caballel. I mean, this dude has taken on everybody, bigger guys, the best at cruiserweight, the best at heavyweight. He's fought Joshua twice, Dubois twice, Fury twice. I sincerely doubt that he's afraid of Caballel, but he might be tired of boxing. You never know. But I understand the complaints that, look, you're the heavyweight champion of the world. I understand that you've done it all and you want an easy fight and get paid a lot for it against Verhoeven, but shouldn't Caballel be next? Why Wardley and Dubois the winner? What do you guys think about that?
I don't want to see another Dubois fight.
Neither do I.
So,
I don't really want to see Wardley either, for that matter.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's not going to be a Daniel Dubois fight. It's going to be a Wardley fight because Wardley's going to knock out the fucking clocks out of that fucking boy's head. He got no chance, and he knows it.
Do you have to call him? Hold on. Do you have to call a British Afro-Anglo boy? With all the, do you have to go there?
I didn't really like that. I could say boy to anybody.
No. But that's like a Turkish guy calling you boy.
I no problems. I'm gonna call him boy. He'll call me boy.
Oh,
we're in the boys' club.
Yeah, there you go, the old boys club. No, but okay, so Gypsy, let me ask you, because you're a big Fury fan, but would you want to see Usyk versus Fury 3? Is that something you'd be interested in?
Fuck yeah, bro. Look, man, people said we don't want to see Wilder 3. I was one of those guys. I didn't want to see Wilder 3. But look what happened. That was a fucking, even though it was an out of shape Fury, that was pretty fucking exciting, man. That was more memorable than the first two fights. Actually, the first fight with the knockdown when he got up, that was extremely memorable. But the fight itself, the third fight was the most memorable out of the first two.
That's true.
I mean, you had Fury winning the rematch. You had Fury winning the rematch. Tell everybody.
I did. I've said it many times, and I'll say it again. I think he won the second fight. I didn't think he won the first fight, no matter how he looked at it, different time periods. I genuinely believe that Usyk won the first fight, and he deserved to be undisputed. But the second one, I don't think he. I think if you want to give, if you want to glaze Usyk, you could just give a draw would have been nice, and we would have had a third fight. But I think it would have hurt what's his name, Turki Al-Sheikh's pockets. That's why he didn't want it. They both remember the two guys asked for a shit ton of money, more money than Canelo ever got at this point. I'm going to tell you this much: they're going to ask for a ridiculous amount of money, and that's why Turki bailed on that shit. And 2 rounds. The guy won only 2 rounds. Get the fuck out of here, man. You didn't win no 2 rounds, bro. Get out of here, bro. With that nonsense, bro. Everybody knows that fight was close.
Did you actually shush somebody?
Yeah, just shut up, bro. Like, that's fucking nonsense. And same thing with Arthur and Bivol. I heard a lot of people, like, I know that Arthur won the first fight, but I still hear a lot of people saying, oh, Bivol won that fight with a. Well, no, there's no chance in hell he won that. That was pretty obvious. But the second fight was much closer. And I actually, to be honest, I didn't watch the highlights. I didn't even watch the second fight. And then I fucking actually watched it. And I scored it. I'm like, what the fuck? They thought, because they made the highlights always make it look like one guy's winning when it's, and like it's a shutout or whatever. But reality is when you watch it, it was a 7-5 better beating him by 7-5. Which is like 115, 113 or something like that. He beat him by 1 round. Last time he beat him 116, 112. The second one was by 115, 113. And he busted his eye open in the 12th round. He hurt that dude. He fucking cut his eye open and everything. Man,
listen.
But that's the thing, man. They don't like Bitterbev because of what, his nationality or whatever he is. I don't give a shit, man. Whether he's a Muslim.
Well,
I'm telling you straight up, bro. That fool fucking fucked his world up. That's why his back is broken. Spinal. You know what I mean? Spinal. He got spinal problems.
Now,
Yeah,
Gypsy,
come on, man.
let's get down to brass tacks here, because we've talked about the fight ad nauseum, the Usyk Fury fight. I want to ask you, what about the guy who was spitting? He was a member of Usyk's entourage, and for some reason he was I don't know if he was trying to refresh Usyk or maybe refresh everybody around there, but he was taking sips from a bottle of water and then spitting it at Usyk's face, but then he was also spraying everybody. If you would have been there, if you would have been next to Tyson Fury, which I'm pretty sure you would have loved to, would you have gone over to this guy and given him a piece of your mind?
Wait a minute, spitting? I don't know what you're talking about.
He has to see it, BDA. He won't get it. He has to see the video.
There was just to recap, there was a member of Usyk's entourage taking sips from a bottle and spitting on Usyk's face, but he was also spraying his spit all over everybody else. And it was
disgusting. That's like the same shit with Kell Brook and his coach. What's the coach's name of Kell Brook?
Ingle.
The weirdo.
Ingle, yeah.
Ingle, man. He literally took the sweat and drank it off of the man's fucking shirt.
Okay, man.
That was
Jesus.
the nastiest shit. I till this day, I see that dude, I can't even hear him talk. I just like, fuck, I don't care about his opinion, bro. Like, I just change the fucking YouTube channel when I see his face. That's how bad it is. That guy is disgusting, man. He drank the sweat off of Kell Brook. Oh my God!
Somebody was saying that. Well, yeah, that's the first thing. That's one of the first things that came to my mind. Is like, is this a sexual thing? But the other thing is, somebody mentioned this. Who was it? Somebody told me this, that maybe the guy was trying to fit in. Like he's around young people, so he's trying to do something like jackass level stuff to try to fit in.
Poor choice of words.
What was that?
Trying to fit in is a poor choice of words.
He's trying to fit it all in, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But speaking of intimidation and such things, to Jerry's point, because he was talking about Deontay Wilder, Wilder apparently is not in the Usyk sweepstakes, and he had something to say about that. He said Deontay Wilder believes one factor made Alexander Usyk U-turn on fighting him. And Wilder had this to say. He said, no Deontay Wilder in there? Maybe he's changed courses. Most time when people meet me and see me, the intimidation factor comes along. And then he says, we'll see about it. If it doesn't happen, and it doesn't crush my dreams. I'm still here, whether he's here or not. No matter who is here, I'm not here for any of these other guys in the division. I'm here for my goals and what I want to do in life. Okay, I don't understand. He said a whole bunch of nothing to say nothing. But what do you think about that? He claims that once...
He's basically saying he's scared.
Well, that's in the beginning. In the beginning, yeah, that's what he's saying. What do you guys think about that?
Bullshit.
Usyk's scared of me.
Yeah, he's claiming that shit because, Usyk has thrown those vibes at him, but he's not scared of him. Like, it shows like he's probably like, the movements show like fear, but it's really not that. I do think that Usyk is doing movements to promote AJ, though, that's for sure. Because, AJ is supposed to fight Wilder realistically, but, AJ, after knocking out Jake Paul, was thinking about fighting Rico, kickboxer, and guess who took that role? Usyk did. Usyk took the fight from AJ's lap, and Wilder. And the reason why he was doing that fight with Wilder was because he was trying to help out the image of AJ. I'll take care of the big bad fucking Wilder for you, AJ. I know you're terrified. That's what it was. That's all it is. I mean, Usyk is a huge fucking fan of AJ, man. AJ, it's crazy, but Usyk is a fan. He's showing signs that he's a fan of Anthony Joshua. Just crazy, but it is true.
So he's helping him out.
He's helping him out in a way.
You're crazy,
it's
man.
It's a weird thing. You can call it crazy, but like I heard a kickboxer. I did not know who it was. I heard it I mentioned it like months back that it was a kickboxer he was interested in fighting instead of Tyson Fury, and then it turns out it was Rico. And guess what? Who took the fight? Alexander Usyk. What the fucking do?
Oh man.
So what's the theory? I'm not getting it. Sorry. Why are you saying that?
What the theory is just trying to promote Anthony Joshua. He's trying to make Anthony Joshua look good because he ducked Wilder, and Wilder is not a fucking big problem. He could have finished him, but for some reason
he didn't duck Wilder. He was cherry picking him, and then he got a better payday.
I mean, you should take care of him, though, man. He should take care of him at any point.
Why would you have to take care of Wilder?
He has a fear of him.
Why would you want to take care of Look, he knows AJ. He knows AJ. They're on good terms. He's kind of friendly with him. So he probably, So you want to help. Also, the guy's fucking friend just died. So, come on. His friend just died.
You think that really happened, by the way?
This guy's a scumbag.
You think that really happened, or you think that's all fake? The whole
I
AJ
really want a body on my record. I really want a body.
He sacrificed boys.
Ah, come on. Come on. I gotta put up the disclaimer here because I was kidding around, but I gotta put up the disclaimer now because we don't want to get sued there. But
put that shit up there.
Hey, by the way, real quick, Bucho, you guys, did you hear this? AJ is moving his UK empire, over to Dubai. They said. This must have been something he planned ahead of time, but now he's got to pull the trigger on it because he's got no choice, maybe, or something. I don't know. But why the hell would you be moving over? Unless he's just moving assets.
Move what?
I think he's moving
his empire.
That's what I heard. I hope he's not moving physically to Dubai because it's a very dangerous place right now.
Probably due to taxes and all that.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. But hopefully it's just assets that he's moving and not physically moving there because...
No, I don't think anybody's going to be moving there anymore.
Anytime soon. Yeah.
Dubai would be safe if Dubai decides to give his allegiance to Iran instead. If they do the allegiance to Iran, Dubai will be safe, but not maybe safe from United States. That'd be or Israel. That'd be two different things. They'd be safe from Iran, but not from United States.
Yeah,
that's the topic right there. That's a different
story.
I
wonder what's going to happen with the what's it called again? The Saudi boxing thing. Riyadh season.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
They're getting fucked, man. Turkey's Al Sheikh's moves have all been political, man. If you watch it now, I kind of had the feeling it was political because of greater, in that area. So yeah, I had a feeling it was political. How he's spending so much fucking money that doesn't make any fucking sense. He's pretty much giving it to the Western world like he promised. That's what it was. So pretty much they give him money.
Well, you're breaking up, man. Yeah, they're basically just recycling those petrodollars. Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen now. They're gonna move their money to Asia. But
oil, and then they're taking the money as well by using athletes and stuff like that. It's a scheme that they did against the Saudis. But they kind of helped them out with the buildings and all this other stuff, construction. But that's like a failed city, realistically, Dubai in a way, because they don't have a sewage system. That's a very important thing.
I know. That's why I told
By the way, I looked that up because Bucci, you told me about that. Apparently, it's this was just the Google overview, AI overview, whatever. But it says that happened in the late 2000s, rather the late 2000s, and that now they do have a municipal sewage system.
No, there's a building that doesn't have sewage, man.
Oh, okay,
those
so
big ones.
Okay.
Yeah, not the whole.
Yeah, it's Brooks' old trainer, I heard.
He's the one. He just stands under the building every night. And he just he's doing piss, shit, everything. Speaking of recycling, by the way, one guy that keeps on, or one team that keeps on recycling a name, that is Canelo, and we're talking about Benavidez. Jose Benavidez Sr., who is David Benavidez's trainer and father, had this to say about the Jaio Pitaya fight.
Apataya, I think he gets hurt every fight he fights. He gets hurt with fighters that are not even known. I think he needs a little bit more experience, and I'm gonna say the same thing like David Morrell. Everybody said that he was the next big thing and that he was gonna make David look like an amateur, this and that. He doesn't have the experience that David has. I think he is going to be better in about 3-4 years more. I think he's like.
Okay. This guy, I don't like this. I don't like what he's saying. Sounds like he didn't want to fight him. They're docking the guy. Are you fucking kidding me? 4 years, 3 to 4 years.
That's a duck. I don't know why he's so afraid. I think they're afraid of size. I think David fucking beats Jaio Pitaya. It won't be easy. It won't be super easy, but I think he beats him off of sheer stamina and fucking punch output, bro. He's gonna, it's gonna be too much for Jaio Pitaya, but not too much, but just enough to fucking beat him on the scorecards. I don't know why they're doing this.
Yeah.
Maybe they see something that we don't know. Maybe there is somebody that they sparred with, and they know that guy, and they're like, holy shit, that's to you.
Okay, so that you're breaking up.
Yeah.
You're breaking up. All right. Maybe there's something that they listen. That fight makes sense if Benavidez beats Zurdo Ramirez and doesn't go back down in weight, then the only big fight right now would be the Opetaya fight. So for them to be talking this way about he still has no experience, he needs more experience, 3 to 4 years, and then why mention that he's always getting hurt in every fight?
But which is untrue, by the way. He didn't get hurt in this last fight.
Yeah.
But listen, like I said earlier, I don't put too much stock on that he said, she said, because some of these dudes, they'll say one thing, we're never going to fight this guy, and then they end up fighting him. But with the Benavidez's, they move up to light heavyweight, they fight Vosdik, they fight Morel, and then Yardi, and then they move up. It's like, wait, what's going on? Why not really gone for Beterbiev Bivol? Even though I think those guys are still somehow tied up in a trilogy that's going to happen. I don't know. I don't understand. But let's just replay what Jose Benavidez Sr. said here about Opetaya.
I think he is going to be better in about 3-4 years more. I think he's lacking off experience a little bit more. Don't get me wrong, he's a good fighter. He is going to be a great fighter. But right now he doesn't have the experience that David has. I see Beterbiev Bivol and Zurdo Ramirez more dangerous than Opetaya.
Do you see that fight maybe happening next?
Anything is possible, like I said, I don't know if it's good or bad from going to where he is at, going to Zuffa, and now fighting.
All right, so I have to pause it because I just realized there's music there in the background. But yeah, so they're talking about, well, anything can happen, anything's possible. Okay, but what does that mean? Then he said that Zurdo, Bivol, and Beterbiev are more dangerous fights. So if he's mentioning Beterbiev and Bivol, does that mean that Benavidez is planning to go back down to 175? Because I think I've heard that too before.
They always said that was a plan. That's
right.
They've always said it from the beginning. They said this is just a one fight thing, and then we're moving back down.
Again, I don't put too much stock on the talk and all that, but my main concern is, first of all, Benavidez has to get past Zurdo. And I know there's people out there like Sobers who believe that Zurdochenko is going to win, but whether he wins or loses, going back to 175, is that even possible for David Benavidez?
I said it's dangerous, man. I again remember Roy Jones. He made that jump 25 pounds,
right?
Went back down after he beat John Ruiz, and he wasn't the same.
And this could be, on the one hand, Roy Jones.
Level playing field with Beterbiev. That'll be level playing field on Beterbiev because Beterbiev is old, and so that him going down in weight might weaken him a little bit. So it'll be an equal matchup instead of you got a young and fresher guy over a fucking old Beterbiev, for instance. Because I don't know if Bivol's ever coming back. I'm moving towards on Beterbiev.
He is coming back, they're saying. He's got a fight line.
I know. Hopefully he does, but I'm not sure, man. With that spinal issue he has, his butt broken and everything. I don't know, bro. I have no idea.
Well,
no clue, bro. He's
well, yeah, but
he's terrified.
On the one hand, Roy Jones, he gained muscle. He was all muscle, and that's one of the most difficult things to boil because he had to boil the muscle to get down to 175. Benavidez, on the one hand, he's bigger than Roy Jones. He's he's got a couple of inches on him of height, but then at the end of the day, he's mostly flab. So that flab doesn't weigh as much. So no, actually, yeah. Now that I think about
it, but he's not. It's not a flab. I mean, this guy's putting on muscle.
Yeah. You're right.
What do you think he's gonna be? So, yeah, it's gonna be difficult to take that. Now he's younger than Roy Jones. I don't remember how old Roy Jones was at that time, but he was in his
close
30s.
Close to mid 30s, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and Benavidez is 28,
29 thereabouts. Yeah.
He's younger, so.
Maybe he could do
it. We'll see.
And by the way, yeah, he's not going up. Yeah, you're right. Let's continue hearing what the senior has to say.
Fighting in front of 1,200 people. Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to have two fighters that sell. In my opinion, I think, So I don't think no promoter is interested in him right now.
So now he's saying that Opetaia doesn't sell. And that's one of the reasons. That's a problem making Benavidez. But I mean, Benavidez, how much is he selling on pay-per-view? He had, the last fight he had over in Riyadh. It wasn't exactly Riyadh. Nobody draws over at Riyadh. Before that, Morel, there seemed to be a lively crowd. Before that, he was on the undercard of a Tank Davis fight. So it's not like he's a star either. I mean, he's gonna only fight stars from now on? Zurdo's not a star either. So why is he fighting him? It's like, so see, it's almost as if they're grasping for excuses about why they don't want to fight Opetaia. And by the way, Opetaia, he looks bad. He gets hurt. According to Jose Benavidez Sr., he gets hurt in every fight he's in. Well, fight him then. Yeah, look at what happened with Brian Norman Jr. A lot of people thought, they made him out to be, because of some knockouts, they made him out to be a monster. The Haneys knew he wasn't a monster. They beat him, and look at them now. People are calling it a beautiful, brilliant boxing, one of the greatest comebacks of the recent years. That's what this type of thing gets you. So if Benavidez were to beat Opetaia, that get him a lot of cachet.
Not only that, Opetaia has recently been just considered the lineal cruiserweight champion. He's the man in the division. So for Benavidez Sr. to start calling this guy inexperienced, it's a bit ridiculous, because how can you call the lineal champion inexperienced, right? It's like, and you don't want to fight for a lineal title because you believe he's inexperienced? Does that even make any sense?
Well,
so
can I just say something real quick? Hold on, Gypsy, real quick. David Morrell was experienced?
Oh yeah, exactly.
I mean, come on.
Well, he compared him to Morel. He's like, a lot of people also said Morel was the good, and he was a great boxer, bro. And then what? He kind of struggled against Morel. It wasn't an easy fight. So I don't know why he used him as an example, a comparison when talking about Opetaia. But again, Opetaia is a lineal champion. I mean, you cannot refuse not to fight this guy. I mean, if the people demand this fight, then you should probably take this fight.
Right.
Morel was the toughest fight he ever had so far. From what I've seen, Benavidez' career, Morel was the toughest fight.
Yeah.
Morel gave him different looks. Morel hurt him a couple of times. Morel didn't win the fight, but Morel made it the most toughest fight of his career. It almost looked like if he had a little bit more goods, then he would have probably actually stopped Benavidez. Morel.
I mean, I'd like.
Yeah, but it's too far fetched. It's just too much. That's like too much assuming that he could have done this or he could have done that. But he was definitely the toughest fight of David Benavidez, and I do believe that based on what the dad is saying, then that means they know a sparring partner that went over there in Australia, someone that and they said, hey man, stay away from Jaya Pataya. He's too much. Maybe that's probably. Come on, bro. Like, what else can it be? Like 3 to 4 years. That means you're telling me you're not ready for this guy. You're not ready. That's it. Not like close or anything. Like you're just not ready. 3-4 years. That's what that means.
Right.
That means you're far away.
Yeah, but
That's
by the
crazy.
way, I think Opetaya is older than Benavidez. It's 31, and Benavidez is 29 or something like that. So. I mean, again, it is true that Opetaya's resume is a little bit thin, but like Butcher said, thin or not, he is the guy that you got to beat to call yourself champion in that division. So
it's either that or they're just playing us. It could be that too.
Could be.
They're just like, oh, we're trying to sell the fight.
How is that playing? What's the point of?
Well, Butcher, you never know.
Just like it's like a method that he's not gonna fight, he's scared, but to get what he's fighting, like that kind of stuff. That shows he's got balls.
I think they see him as dangerous. I think they see him as dangerous. I think they see him and they don't want to.
3-4 years.
Right now. No, not even 4 years, man. Right fucking now.
Oh.
I saw them standing together next to each other. Benavidez and Opetaya, and Opetaya looks like a true cruiserweight. A guy that can eventually move to heavyweight, and yeah, Benavidez, he doesn't belong in that weight division. I keep saying it.
Well, what division does he belong at? Because he looked emaciated in the build-up to the Yardy fight.
He's a 168-pounder. That's 175-pounder between that. Like,
you know what? I think he's just undisciplined. I think in between fights he balloons up. It wasn't that long ago that we saw him drunk at an event. So something tells me he's been busted for he's been busted for the nose candy before. So something tells me that it's not really the weight thing that's the problem. I mean, the weight thing does come about because of lack of discipline and maybe a little bit too much free time on his hands in between fights.
But what's his ideal weight, in your opinion? It's definitely not cruiserweight. That's not his weight.
I understand. But that's what I'm saying. It's like a Ricky Hatton type of thing where he should have been at 140, but because he liked the fry-ups in between fights and the beer at the pub and all that, he ended up having to fight at 147, and he wasn't well suited for that because all he had was the all action, all come forward style, and he didn't have a plan B. And then when he couldn't hurt guys, that's it. He didn't have anything else to fall back on. So it's the same thing with Benavidez. Is he should be at 175. 168, you could tell he didn't belong there because he was way bigger than those dudes. And at 175, he should be there. But again, he seems to be blowing up in weight in between fights, having fat camps. That's gonna take its toll on his body. So
out of the three opponents he fought at cruiserweight, Usyk, Morel, and Yard. Which one actually fought back?
Morel, but he fought
who could fight back and take the punishment, basically. Take Benavidez's punches.
Well, Kvasnik took the punches better,
but he didn't dish it out. He didn't dish it out, right?
Right. He didn't dish it out, yeah.
But Morel, he kind of did. Yeah, he took the punishment. And he fought back.
Right.
So, but now like you said, Morel didn't do it throughout consistently. He was sometimes he was moving spurs. He will in certain moments he would fight. Now a Beterbiev fight. I mean, I think this guy can take it and dish it out.
That's true. That's true. Well, at
this point, well, he can probably take it as well, man.
Yeah, Bivol obviously he would. I mean, because he took what Beterbiev threw at him, so I'm pretty sure he can take what Benavidez throws.
You're right. Exactly.
But then that's the thing, though. But
those are real fights. Sorry. Again, I'm just rambling on here. But and then people are gonna mention that he looked great against Yard. He destroyed. Yeah, but Yard, seriously, this guy wasn't. He's inferior to Morel. And so what I'm saying is that I'm still not convinced at what I'm seeing here from Benavidez lately. The Morel fight is the only fight where he had a decent an opponent that fought back, and the other two fights that I mentioned, Usyk and Yard, these guys didn't really want to fight.
No, you're right. You're right. And well, the problem with fighting David Benavidez is that these dudes, and I've said it before, you can't just wait and counter Benavidez. You have to punch with him. And I know it's easier said than done, but none of the guys that have fought him so far are equipped to do that. But Turbiv and Bivol would. And see that, and I'm actually giving Benavidez credit for that, because what I'm saying is these guys aren't good enough to deal with his style and his defense. But so that's why I'm saying he has to fight somebody that's really the elite. At cruiserweight, though, that technique might not work anymore as much as it does at 175, because if these dudes at cruiserweight don't respect his punching power, then they will punch between his shots, and that could be trouble, because when Benavidez attacks, he starts crossing his feet, he squares himself up. He's already been dropped before, almost dropped against Morel. I mean, he was dropped against Morel. Yeah, what?
Yeah, what if you start backing him up?
I think he can't fight backing up because he's got a good rope-a-dope. And some of these dudes, again, they go nuts on him. They try to hit him in the head, and that doesn't work. You got to just punch his body when he's rope-a-doping. And believe me, this guy feels the punches to the body. But a lot of these dudes, they don't have the wherewithal. They panic. They worry about what's coming back. They want to get theirs back, so they just start going wild upstairs. That doesn't work, man.
It could also be they're trying to play it safe. I mean, Zurdo Ramirez is like a way to test the waters. I think Zurdo probably gets stopped by Benavidez.
But we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But Bivol made an easy work out of fucking Zurdo. I can only imagine that the style that Benavidez is going to bring is going to be a nightmare for Zurdo. And he's going to beat him up pretty bad. Maybe not as bad as how he beat up Yard, but bad nonetheless. And I think he's going to test his water, but I still feel like I said, like the sparring partner, whoever that was that they sent out, not that they sent out, but they know, and the guy went up as probably a close friend of them. They found out, hey, man, Jai Patel is probably a heavy puncher. I mean, he probably stopped this guy in like, who knows, 4 rounds, 5 rounds in sparring, and he's like, man, he hits harder than you. He got this better than you, or he doesn't have this and that. Like, he's a tough fight. You might not be able to pull it off. Give him like an honest opinion, and that's why they're like 3 to 4 years, my guy. 3 to 4 years, we'll fucking see you. Like, yeah, it's possible, but I don't see it. I don't know why. I just don't see it. I still think Benavidez beats that dude. I don't know why he's doing that, but
we shall
maybe
see,
the power
man.
is.
We shall see.
Yeah,
indeed,
the power
man.
is probably for sure. Yeah.
Now, speaking of power, there's a guy who claims that he got hit a little too hard and that there's something up, and that is Edgar Berlanga. I don't know if people remember, after he got beat up by Shiraaz, there were some rumors of him talking about hand wraps or somebody from his team. Well, apparently he's back on that, Berlanga is. Check out what he had to say recently in some sort of Instagram live. And he appears to be, again, I don't know, I don't want to cast aspersions on him, but it seems like he might be on something.
And the Shiraaz, like, which one, like, if they fought, who would you like think would win? Because
first of all, it looks like he's at a hotel bathroom, and why is there a shirtless Afro-Anglo guy in the background? Look at that shadow boxing. What's going on?
Shadow boxing. What's going on?
I don't know what's going on. It's scary, man.
And the Shiraaz, like, which one, like, if they fought, who would you like think would win? Because
Shiraaz is a bum. Shiraaz had, you know, what he had.
You said what, brother?
Is he on drugs?
Shiraaz would beat him?
Yeah, no, Shiraaz is a bum.
Oh, he's a bum.
Nobody want to fight that bum.
But you don't think Canelo would win, or you would?
Yeah, Canelo won. I'll beat him too. He had that suspicious hand wrap.
So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but he says he would beat Shiraaz as well, but that Shiraaz had that suspicious hand wrapping.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I mean, he got knocked out. No shenanigans.
Shiraaz is too big for that guy.
That is true. With people, the rumor, like, he has shit in his
Nobody want to fight that he right fake.
He has.
So there you go, man. They're saying that supposedly the guy had something on there. I mean, but what does that mean? Like, technically, he could say, if somebody comes at him and says, hey, you said that you said this about the hand wraps, he could say, well, no, I just said there were suspicious hand wraps.
Yeah, well, he's trying to find a way they can get out of it, just in case the litigation pops up on him. But yeah, I don't think there was nothing in Shiraaz's hand wraps. I think Shiraaz is just bigger, stronger dude, and he caught him because he left himself open.
Yeah, he has the chin in the. I mean, yeah, he's only like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I don't know how many shots he landed in that combination. So that has nothing to do with the hand routes. Just you having poor defense.
Exactly. Now
he's, you know who the guy was in the back? That was recognized, bro. He's Puerto Rican, right?
That makes sense.
By the way, Clarissa Shields is back in the news for a couple of days now, talking about how she would beat up man. She said she would beat up. I think she said she would beat up Rolly. But then this video came out from YSM Sports Media. They're over at Philadelphia, and they come up with some good videos. Check this video out, and I haven't seen it with sound. I just saw a clip of it, so let's see what it is about.
And the only place you don't land. My bad. All right. Right there. Right where you need to go. Right where you go. Go there. Go there. Go there. Go there.
So you see that she said she told the guy something, and then the guy eased up, and he said my bad, and then he started just moving around, letting her throw shots. You can tell this guy's good because he's not worried about what's coming back. He's actually doing a good job of rolling with the shots there. See, like right there, see that he blocks it, rolls with it. He's got good instincts again. He's not, like if she goes to the body, then he'll block to the body. He's got good reflexes, or he'll move back. So this goes to show you that
he's a bit too straight. He's not even that. I mean, he's.
Yeah, but see that like the punches are bouncing off of him. Like he knows how to slide. You're right. He doesn't seem.
Oh yeah.
He's a little bit too stiff too there. But the point is he
he
had
some experience. Yeah.
Right. He had her on the ropes.
something.
And he's big too.
Yeah.
He had her on the ropes, and she said something. You better try to stop. What did she say? I want to hear that again, though.
And the only place you don't land.
Oh, she said that's the only place you're gonna land. And then the guy said, "My bad," and then he started moving around. So anyway, this comes on the heels of her saying that she's reiterating that she could beat up guys, and she's as good as man. I spar with man.
Well, she's trying to. It's a marketing ploy, maybe. I mean, remember Ronda Rousey used to say that?
Mm-hmm.
This was the narrative that she could beat men. And then her popularity exploded. Not because of that only, but, that probably helped. It's like, oh, there's this woman that can beat men.
Right. Well, and that's the other thing is...
The story with Ronda Rousey is that she apparently beat up 3 guys in a movie theater. I don't know how much of that shit is fucking true. I think Ronda Rousey will get manhandled by any decent athletic dude. I think she's out of.
No, I mean, yeah, she can beat drunk people like Jerry.
Maybe a drunk ass dude. Yeah. Maybe somebody that doesn't take care of himself and is probably small ass individual. Maybe even those dudes. Yeah, maybe. But like any regular athletic dude, she ain't gonna do shit. She's gonna get slapped around, get beat up pretty easily.
Well, that's the thing, though. She talks about, she really, I don't know, Gypsy, I don't know if you were on that episode, but some guy was talking about rumors of, on YouTube, by the way, some guy was streaming about how Clarissa Shields had trouble with the IRS, she owed back taxes or something. So Clarissa Shields called in, but she pretended not to be Clarissa Shields. She called in pretending to be somebody else. She said, I don't know why you always gonna talk bad about Clarissa. And then midway through, she forgets that she's trying to play a character, and she starts saying, I don't know why you're always talking bad about me. And it's like she completely fucked up the act. So that's what she does. She's too worried about what people on social media say. And then on top of that, somebody posted a video on Twitter a couple of days ago of a guy. Apparently there was this female boxer. She went around on the street and she gave guys gloves, says, let's see if you can beat me in a boxing match. And this dude, who apparently had no experience, started bouncing shots over her, and she started looking bad. So somebody put up a video saying this is how Rolly would do Clarissa Shields, and then Clarissa Shields replied to that guy by saying, "This is how I do you, pussy." So she's evidently and the guy was. I don't think he was a big.
A real pussy. Let's take the pants down. Big boy pants down. See what a real pussy is, man. Like, stop it, bitch. Like, you crazy.
By the way, that photo that I'm showing there, I don't know, she's in public and she's wearing like some sort of one-piece suit, but it looks like she's naked. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, bad choice.
Bad choice, yeah. So it says, this is how I do you, pussy. So then I'm listening to...
Rolly would knock her sensors out, man. Rolly would fucking put him Lights out. Like probably the first round.
Rolly's a strong
Most
dude,
likely.
man. Rolly is a strong
He's
dude.
not-
He's a
yeah.
middleweight. People
Yeah.
forget he's a middleweight. These welterweights nowadays are essentially they're middleweights. They're walking around 160
Maybe
plus
she
pounds.
should want to talk. Maybe she should fight Tank, because Tank apparently said Rolly was the hardest puncher he ever faced. That was Tank's words.
Tank
It
would
wasn't right.
Tank would
yeah.
hit her in the bread
She-
basket, knock her fat ass out.
Exactly. I mean, like, she's fucking out of her depth, man. She don't know what she's talking about. I think that ego is run loose. Like, doesn't know where it's supposed to be. You know, it's just insane.
Well, Rolly Romero was on the Mr. Versace podcast, and he had this story to tell here. Quite interesting, quite telling, and I want to get your opinions on it, whether it's believable. Check this out.
An odd subject to ask you about, but it's been all over social media and interviews, is Clarissa Shields. And I don't know where this came from, how it started, why she's calling you out of all people. Where exactly did this come from? Because it feels like it came out of left field. You got the women's heavyweight champion calling for you.
I met Clarissa Shields October 26th of 2015. I remember I had just lost. I shut both his dudes' eyes in Memphis, Tennessee, and they're doing the Olympic trials for women right there.
Yeah.
And I yelled at the ref, and they gave the decision to the dude, even though he couldn't fight the next day. Both of his eyes were shut. It was a complete one-sided fight, to the point where he even said I won, and they didn't want to overturn the decision. He's like, well, I can't even fight the next day, and they're like, just give him the fight, and they didn't want to. I remember I wake up late, and I missed the shuttle, you know, because I went to go to venue, and I missed the shuttle, right? And a guy comes up to me, he's like, oh, are you heading to venue? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, we got a car. And I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, we'll give you a ride. I'm like, okay. Again, the car, Clarissa Shields goes in the car. It was her boyfriend at the time. And he's like, and she's like, why are you putting these bums in the car and all that stuff?
What's that?
Why is it like a serious fucking story?
Yeah, they had a car. Oh, really?
And he's like, and she's like, why are you putting these bums in the car and all that stuff and all? And I'm just like, huh? I'm like, bro, and you know, she was already Olympic gold medalist in 2012 at the time, you know, and I just sit there and I'm just like, this is weird, right? And I'm like, I'm on the window seat, the boyfriend's in the middle seat, right? And I'm like talking to him. He's like, where you from? I'm from Vegas, all that stuff, right? I'm like, one day I'm gonna get signed to Floyd, you know, he's in Vegas. I'm gonna be champion one day. And she keeps calling me and saying, I'm gonna be a bum. I'm a bum. I wasn't gonna do anything. I get whatever. Wow. I felt weird. I got out the car and I'm like, that was crazy. That was insane. I was like, I could not, I didn't understand why, you know. It comes up. I see her again on January 19th of 2019 at a boxing fight. It was 2 days before Pacquiao Broner. And she comes up to me and she introduces her. Oh, I'm Clarissa. You're Rolly. I heard a lot about you and all that stuff. And I was like, Clarissa, we met before. She's like, really, where? I'm like, in Memphis. October 26th of 2015. You gave me a ride. And her heart dropped. She walked away. So I don't know why specifically with me.
What do you guys think? Is that a believable story, knowing a little bit about Clarissa Shields?
Yeah, it's a dumbass hoe. Dumbass hoe, bro. Like, I mean, like, how can you, like, you pretty much walked in, as I said, ego doesn't, her ego isn't checked. I don't even know if you can even check it. After you knock her down or knock her out, it's going to come right back. She's a narcissist. It's just like, she's a crazy hoe. That's the ultimate fucking answer for that. You pretty much dissed this dude in an Uber drive, and then next you know, years later, you don't even recognize him. Like, are you? Come on, man! Like, that's insanity. And why did you even do that in the first place?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure it out.
It's just so stupid. The bitch is like, I don't think beating her up, like some dude beating her up, or even a girl beating her up, is gonna humble this bitch. Like she's a retard.
Well, you
Straight up
gotta
retard.
call it. You gotta go there with the bitch and the hoe and all that.
I mean,
Disrespecting.
but she is that. I mean, she is a disrespectful person. So you gotta put the disrespectful person on point. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what I realized about fucked up people? I mean, recently when I was watching politics, I realized they all got big ass ears. Have you noticed it? All of them got big ass fucking ears.
Maybe it's
the most fucked up. Yeah, it's a genetic trait where they're fucked up like hell. They got big ass fucking ears.
Well, listen, I don't.
weird.
Going back to the Clarissa, I don't talk like that way about black queens. All right, that's
Ebony splendor from the birth of Adam to the pyramids of knowledge.
that's right.
Right.
But
it has nothing to do with her being black. She was white. I would still say the same shit. Ronda Rousey, also a stupid ass bitch. I'll say it right there. She's dumb as hell. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah. A lot of.
But you know what? You know why I believe that story
Yeah.
from Rolly? Because Clarissa Shields, the way she acts now, I could be this guy, I could be that. The thin skin that she has. So anytime somebody, just a small ounce of criticism, a valid criticism, she goes off the rails. Reminds me of some people here on YouTube. And then on top of that, she, I could see that happening. That she, like he said, she was already a gold medalist. So she's amongst other amateurs that haven't done anything. I'm pretty sure she was walking around like she was hot stuff. Like, yeah, I'm a gold medalist. These motherfuckers ain't shit. The fact that the thing I find hard to believe, though, is that they would get in the car and immediately she would start saying, who are these bums? But for some reason, maybe it's hard to believe because I would never do that to somebody that I don't know. And I just start calling people bums and all that. Maybe that's why, but she would. Because she's had a whole different mentality. She's like I said, she's a goddess amongst mortals there because she's already got a gold medal. Then all of a sudden she finds some unknown people in her car. And then, but the thing is, would a guy really start talking about, well, I want to do this in my life, these are my aspirations, blah, 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 and would you really call him a bum? You ain't never going to do shit. You're a bum. It's like, what the fuck? And then the fact that she didn't remember him and that when he brought it up, she just stayed quiet and walked away. That does sound like, again, we've all met people like that who very opinionated, they talk a lot, but as soon as you prove them wrong or you put them in an uncomfortable situation, they run out of things to say, and instead, what do? They just shut down and walk away. That sounds
She's
like
also racist. She's also racist because of that. If he's Cuban, right? Rolly's Cuban.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
If Rolly was a black Cuban or something like that, she wouldn't have said anything. There's a chance. She's fucking racist as well. I mean, her ego is fucking through the roof, but the racism played a factor in that as well because she ended up saying if Rolly wasn't that guy, he would have. If let's say he was, I don't know, Lamont Roach, for instance, that's not what would have come out of her mouth. She would say something else. That's for sure. Like, what the hell did that do? I mean, Rolly is pretty, to be honest, Rolly is very, he's a clown and everything, but he's very kind to everyone else. He's very kind to like the black community and everybody. He's a very kind dude. He's a nice dude. He's not a bad guy. He's a clown. He jokes around. He might have his favorite fighters here and there. He chooses maybe Latino fighters, but he doesn't. He's not a bad dude. I don't know why would you do that to him? Why would you make a mockery? But then again, as I said, she's a fucking bitch. That's what she is. Language. There's another one. Harpy. It's probably. She's not a harpy. Harpy's.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, harpies are like they fucking get the dude and do there's three different. There's hoes, bitches, and harpies. Categories of women.
Can't let you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't let you talk about the black queens that way. I'm sorry, I just can't.
White man's. I'm sorry.
You got to bring the brother into it.
That's right. You got to bring the brothers into it here. We need some brothers to call in and defend the black queen. No, but listen, Clarissa Shields, regardless of race or whatever, she could be white, she could be brown, but she just happens to be an unpleasant person. I would like to hear more about her life, her upbringing, because obviously that's where it's at. Something must have happened to her growing up that turned her into this person. Like I said, one time I was listening to NPR, don't ask me why, and they announced a segment, and next up, we're going to talk with Clarissa Shields. Whoa, Clarissa Shields. And, like I said, she ticks off all the boxes for NPR. She's a minority, she's a woman, and she's in a sport that's dominated by men. So all right, she makes it on NPR, and then they're showing audio of her at her house, and she's got her cousin living with her or something like that, and she's screaming at her kids. No, they're not even her kids, are her sister's kids or whatever they are, her nieces and nephews. And she's screaming at them and say, "Whoa!" Even in a fluff piece, because that's what it was. Really, it was a fluff piece to try to aggrandize her. She came across like Gypsy said, like a cunt. Because that's what Gypsy called her, a cunt. Yeah, so I don't, it seems like any type of PR is not really going to work on all Clarissa Shields because she's just that much of a displeasing, caustic character. I had more here.
Maybe she needs a manager to tell her, hey, man, as I said, man, hey, woman, hey, lady, you need to freaking pipe it down a little bit so people will like you a little more. Say the right stuff, so you could sell more, so you don't feel jealous of Ryan Garcia, for instance. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, it's just fucked up. Like I don't even believe the black community likes her as much. I mean, they just tolerate her because she's a champion and she's very good for the women's side of the sport. But other than that, she's a fucked up human being. I mean, if you were she's disrespecting Ali's daughter, like bro, like Ali's daughter. You might beat her, Ali's daughter. I don't know. I haven't really seen Ali's daughter fight. But that doesn't necessarily mean you got to disrespect Ali's daughter like that,
She's like her other friend, like her friends, Shakur Stevenson and Terence Crawford. They all have thin skin, very thin skin. And if you add Keyshawn Davis into the mix, they all got mental problems down there. I mean, it's it makes for good fighters, but it doesn't make for good upstanding citizens. So, I mean, they're all fucked up in the head. But we're running out of time here. We do have to go. But and then we ran out of stories here too. I mean, there was more from it wasn't really that entertaining. The Mr. Versace Romero interview. He's Raleigh's he's just sitting there and he talks like that with that cadence, very slow. Talks about how he heard God talk to him. He also has mental issues too. Apparently, that's the big thing. Ever since Ryan Garcia came out with his mental issues back in 2021, everybody's got mental issues. Danny Garcia, this dude, Ryan Garcia. Who's the other guy with the mental issues? Keyshawn Davis, who says he's the craziest of them all. That's why I gotta respect.
Realistically, they all got mental issues. I think Tank got mental issues. I think they can somewhat deny it, unless like your Canelo, who, I think Canelo has mental issues as well. But I think Canelo's money, softens the fucking mental issues.
Well, he's a redhead, so he's not human, really. You can count him, but. But what I'm saying is, all these, Tank Davis, that's why I respect Tank Davis. Well, not respect, but for all the things he is, out of control, little fucking blubberball. But at least he doesn't come out and say, yeah, I got mental issues, guys. I got, just forgive me. I got mental issues. Ryan Garcia uses that. He uses that as a crutch. He'll say the most heinous things, and then afterwards you go, I'm sorry, guys, it's my mental issues. You can't just keep insulting people. He's like that guy at the BAFTA Awards who yelled at the end when he goes, sorry, I had to write. It's like, all right, one time it's okay, but this dude, Ryan Garcia, is going around blaming it all.
It's an excuse at this point. Yeah, this is...
Yeah.
It's like a Family Guy episode where he finds out that, if he's retarded, he can get away with anything.
Right.
So he busts down fucking stalls where, he goes to the women's restroom and just busts down fucking stalls. He's like, oh, what are you doing? And the woman says, I'm like, oh, I'm retarded. And he just keeps doing the same shit. Oh,
let me show you how it works. What did she say?
And everything,
right.
Yeah. Bless your heart, you know what I mean? And he keeps on going for the next stalls, just busts on the fucking, kicks the door open. Same fucking scenario.
Rolly also claims that his father led a very disciplined household, and that him and his sister actually were very good judokas. Actually, his sister was better than he was, but that Rolly wouldn't always do what his father told him. His sister did. She was very obedient. Not the same thing with Rolly, and that he said that if he didn't do well in training or whatever, his father wouldn't let him out of the house. Then somebody in the comment section said that the real reason why they wouldn't let him out of the house was because if they did, he would try to fuck the neighbor's dog. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. That's what somebody said in the comment section. And I don't believe it, because that's not Rolly Romero's style, by the way. If he would have said, well, Rolly would continuously try to shove his flaccid dick down the dog's throat, then I would believe that, because apparently that's his MO from what I hear.
Look, I would have mental issues as well if I look at myself in the mirror and I see them lips, man.
Them lips are an issue, come on, man. Listen.
It's always right there. He knows it. He keeps touching his face all the time. It's like, He puckers it up and everything.
That's enough.
It's scary.
That's enough. What are we doing here?
I have to use the megaphone now. I have to grab my megaphone to stop
It's
Gypsy.
almost like he's gonna suck the
Ah,
person
shut
up
up.
over there in front of him.
But listen, I wanted to say that he also said that. Then he said that sparring at the TMT gym, that's the Mayweather gym, that's where he made his bones there, and he found his, and I quote, balls. He also talks about, like I said, mental health. He supposedly God spoke to him. So he's like Devin Haney's half-breed son, brother. He talks to Allah. Rolly talks to God. Everybody's got a fast track dial-up to line to God. All of a sudden now. Mental health, Romero, Clarissa Shields, yeah, and then Mr. Versace's like, because I think Mr. Versace, I don't know what's his real name again. He's the CEO of Ring Magazine. Let me look it up. What's his real? Because I think he's part of another religion, if you know what I mean, like a small, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think his last name ends with an Ein or a Berg or something like that.
No, wait. Rick Reno. What type of name is that? That's he might be Czechoslovakian or something. Maybe he's not exactly of that tribe. Let's see, Rick Reno.
It might be a Reno ski, but they probably took the ski out.
Well, he's working with the Sheik, so he couldn't necessarily be Rick. No, it doesn't say. Bucho Reno. What type of nationality do you think that is? That lineage?
I don't know.
And I don't understand why Gypsy's making us look up his name and everything. I didn't want to do it, but
yeah,
he's making
exactly. The early history or something.
You look up his name. That is.
Paracua in the chat says Rick Reno is a stage name. That's what I was thinking.
Exactly. His last name should end with a Berg or a Stein or something.
But wait
that.
a minute. So I got a question though. If that's his stage name, he's got how many stage names does he have? Does he have because Rick Reno and then Mr. Versace? So who will the real Rick Reno please stand up? What's his real name?
I mean, he's standing up. You just can't see it. He's too short.
I don't know if this is true or not. But the AI overview on Google says, based on the provided search results, there's no public information indicating that Rick Reno, the CEO of Ring Magazine, is Jewish. So there's no evidence that he's. They don't specify his religion. They don't specify his religion.
I mean, I can smell him through the TV, bro.
Come on. And by the way, I don't even know why that would be important, whether he's Jewish or not. That's Mr. BDA's take. Mr. BDA does not discriminate. He does not. I didn't even know what Jewish was until a week ago. When people say Jewish, this, Jewish that. I said, what's the big deal with Jews?
I just found out through the war. I was like, what the hell's going on?
There you go. Gypsy's on the same boat as I am. So yeah, that's all we got here, fellas. Fu's been relatively silent here for the past hour. Fu, what's going on? Are you drinking?
I'm at the supermarket right now.
All right. Well, are you gonna go get a cup of Stewart's later on?
No, probably not. I've already had like 2 or 3 cups today.
May I ask?
So because I lost
a box of chocolates.
You know what I hate about Canada here, the supermarket, or Quebec specifically, the supermarkets, everything closes at 9 at the maximum, the 9 p.m. Where are you at that it's a supermarket that's open right now?
I'm in New York. Ever since the cough, they stuff closes earlier, but it usually closes around 12, I think, 12 o'clock.
Oh, you're lucky, man. I wish I could because I wanted to get something right now and everything's closed. So it would be nice, man. It would be.
You want to get something?
FTV, give me $300 worth of box of chocolates. I need a box of chocolates.
Yeah, box of chocolates. That's what they call it.
Vader in the chat says, "Fu is in the kosher aisle." Come on, why does he have to go there, man?
I'm not even Jewish.
Well, that's what would make it funnier, man. That's what would make it funnier. That
they always say that.
Well, listen, shout out to Fu for joining.
I would own it at this point. I would be saying I am Jewish. I would just own it. Like, fuck it. Yeah, I am Jewish. Fuck you. That's what I would
If I said that was offensive, that would be anti-Semitic.
That's right. We don't want to get shut down. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Blunt effect here.
Shakur is going to play you out personally.
Oh, man, I don't want to have to pay him more. I paid him enough.
Bro, those eyebrows, man. Those eyebrows, bro, that you can really, like, write it.
What is up with those eyebrows? I thought that was a meme, but does he have his eyebrows really
grown? A hole for you.
He's got caterpillars on there.
I think he's in a transition phase, man. I think he's going to turn into a female. We're going to find out eventually.
Hey, by the way, look at this. People in the chat, man. Blunt Effect says, here in Mexico, 1 a.m. Oh, look, good for you. And then Sean Rain says, Nebraska all night, baby. Well, there you go. Is he saying that Nebraska's open all night? I hope. I don't know if that's true though. But yeah, man, the supermarkets here they got at least extend it to at least 11 or something. I mean, come on, is that too much to ask?
Early.
Because if I do a show and then I want to go get something, something's missing or whatever. Why? It's everything's closed. That ain't right. That's not cool. It's not cool.
I mean, look, that'll all stop once they bring in the AI. You know, you have robots bringing you all kinds of weird shit.
Well, if they could do the thing like they did in Star Trek, where you just open up a thing and you ask it for something, it materializes out of thin air, then yeah, who needs a supermarket for that? But anyway, listen.
Got that in my house. Sort of have that with those coffee pots.
That's right, yeah. Listen, shout out to Fu.
I already got.
Well, yeah.
I already got that in my house. That little Star Trek thing you're talking about. I get whatever I feel like.
I don't believe it. I don't believe
Back to the Future too.
Don't believe it for a second.
Hey,
for a second.
Yeah, I want a sandwich. I get a sandwich, bro. You know, I
don't
want
believe it.
I can even get. I order a person. That's good at this.
Well, you from the Epstein service, all night Epstein service. That's how you.
Oh yeah, I mean, you have to like hack it a little bit, and you can start delivering fucking people.
No, of course, shake it up a little bit. Well, listen, I want to thank Fu. That's the Real Fu TV. Go check out his streams. He was streaming the last couple of days, so go check out those streams if you missed them. If you still want to have something to listen to, I like to describe Fu TV's streams as comfy. And he's always got something planned. He's always got visuals and stuff like that. I've noticed that the Fu bot has sort of been placed back in the closet, so that's good. I don't want to hear from the Fu bot again. All right, that's my only demand. Also want to give a shout out to Gypsy Boxing for joining us. Who else? Bucho was here earlier. He just left, but shout out to Fu for joining us as well. I mean Bucho, the co-host, and shout out to all of you guys for joining us. Ralph Unreal, Tu Matador, Al Cuerpo, Sean Rain, Baron Evola, Blunt Effect, Vader, Dark Dog when it initiated. Everybody who called in, I know Jerry and shout out to Uncle Charles, shout out to those guys for calling in. Bray, Manos, Revolucion, shout out to Revolucion. The Turk Solazzo, Morbid BDC. Who else is here? Stuart, Jaime NSC, NZ, Parokua. If I forgot anybody, Quick Slot. If I forgot anybody, it's because we got to go. But shout out to you guys. Thank you for joining us. We'll be trying to be back as soon as possible, possibly on Saturday to cover what happened in the fight.